Okay. I immediately fuck it up by pulling up the standings from last year. So, hello everybody to Frostbite for this season. Let me turn down the music for you. Sorry that it is a little scuffed. Had a bit of a crazy day going on, and those donations are also wrong, but hopefully we can surpass that this year. So as we just saw, our donations from the previous year were $216, so hopefully we can beat that. And these standings are wrong, so let me get that updated for you real quick. I do apologize there, but we should be going to our game 0 standings. And as we can see, the matches for today are going to be Albert's Inferno versus New York Nutbusters, Project Tuesdays versus Qualmless Chillers, SKT versus Metabusters, and Snarkify Rebellion versus One Thief. Rift Sharks were randomly chosen to have the bye, something I was very disappointed about. So we don't get to see a Rift Sharks game today, but we will get to see one guaranteed tomorrow, and one of these teams will sit. Brief overview of the format and how this tournament works. I am going to turn myself down a little bit. I'm sure I'm super loud for everyone on the stream. But how this is going to work is any donations that we receive for the duration of this tournament, or that includes subs, that includes tips. I think if you spend bits on the channel too, that counts. All of that goes directly towards the prize fund, and that will go to the charity chosen by the team that ends up winning the tournament. Okay, it's looking... Okay, interesting. For some reason, the music isn't coming through, so I'm just going to turn it off. I was trying to get some wintry stuff for us, but going through the teams, Albert's Inferno has chosen to represent the Palestinian Children's Relief Fund. New York Nutbusters has chosen the Trevor Project, which supports queer youth. Project Tuesdays has supported Breakthrough Type 1 Diabetes, which I think was formerly known as the JDRF, if that's a name that you're more familiar with, but supports diabetes research. Qualmless Chillers has chosen to support the ASPCA to help out our pets and animals. SKT has chosen to represent the Special Olympics. Metabusters has chosen to represent KKOOM. I think it's food for Korean orphanages, but if any of them are in chat, they can better explain it, I'm sure. Snarkify Rebellion has chosen to support St. Jude. They do a lot of cancer care for children. One Thief has chosen to support the Immune Deficiency Foundation, which that's your team if you want to give a little blurb on that charity. And I'm going to try and ping to get more people to know that it's live.
I deferred to my teammates. They selected it, but I think it's a good one.
Yeah, I mean, if... Yes, and then last but not least, Rift Sharks, not playing today, but we are supporting the Marine Megafauna Foundation, who focuses on turtles, whale sharks, and manta rays to kind of promote research and preservation of those species. But anyway, I think we can just go right into the first game of Albert's Inferno and New York Nutbusters. I do believe the donation link should be in the description of the Twitch channel. If it's not showing up as the Frostbite version of the link, I can get that fixed either today or the next day. But even if it doesn't have the Frostbite logo, any money that we receive during the duration of this tournament is going to go to the charity selected by the team that wins. Right now we have nothing, but any subs, prime subs, or direct donations are going to help towards it. And here, let me... Oh, right. So true. So the Swiss rounds are blind pick. So there is not going to be draft for the first, I believe, 3 days of this stream. We're not going to have any drafts. And the special twist here is that any champions that are duplicated by a team throughout the blind pick phase of the tournament is going to cost a $5 donation to that team. I will spoil a little bit. That basically never happened, which is going to mean that we have a lot of champion variety over these next few games. So should be exciting. And that does mean that we will want other people's help making up for it, because we're not going to see a lot of donations from the captains because everyone chose to just choose different champions. I will not spoil the one player who repeated their champion, but it was only one.
mean, we hop right into the games. An interesting thing this new season too, especially as casting, is the minions spawn so fast, you don't get a ton of time to actually start talking before the action starts. Fun picks on both sides as far as blind pick goes. Pretty standard comps though. I'd say the only thing that's like kind of surprising is maybe a little Neferi top lane action.
Yeah, but it is Blake, so you're kind of guaranteed a weird pick somewhere there. We are seeing both top laners take advantage of the new top lane quest where you're guaranteed to get teleport in the late game. Both of them going for Ignite, so hopefully we should have a fun lane here. Guru, actually, do you mind solo casting this first game? Because I have to go pick up a prescription, and the pharmacy closes at 8.
I will do what must be done.
Okay. If anyone else wants...
Saying my mic is low.
Okay, I just turned you up. I don't know what's going on with my... Okay, can you try talking again?
Hello.
Okay, now you're way
Testing.
too loud. Okay.
Everyone, we're gonna survive it together. So
Okay.
have fun, Dean. Be back. This will be good.
Okay. I will keep track of the donations as we go, but actually, Agnivia is gotten out here.
The Anivia egg, somehow. Gotta be a little careful here, though. The flash in! Not enough. And that should just be a little bit of a free first blood over here to Mr. Psycho Carrot. Back in jungle, playing well on one of his better picks. Yeah, so I mean, as far as we look at these teams, Inferno returning 3 players from last season, at least in this lineup right here. Nova and Lispy being new members. On Nutbuster's side, just returning, returning Blake, Lift, and PB. Lift playing a different role this season, though, in the mid lane. Be fun to see how he's able to do this season. Starting off pretty well there. Predictions for this game. I expect Garen to become a problem. Garen's a champion that when Lispy was last playing in the server, was getting banned from him a large portion of the time. PB finds a nice little angle there to get some chunk down, although... Oh, actually, gonna use the heal to get into range to get some autos, forcing out Draco's flash and heal. That is big. Lift getting back on to Nova, and nice flash forward by Carrot. You know Anivia doesn't have the flash, so that's just gonna be another kill. And now you have a kill onto the Kassadin as well, really punishing this Anivia in the early game. Both mid laners do scale well, but anytime Kassadin's able to kind of start snowballing early, it can get kind of scary. Not sure what everybody in chat thinks about the new season. I myself have actually only gotten to play a few games on it. Played on it yesterday for the first time. It's been pretty fun so far. We're going to have a gank here top lane. And Carrot is just everywhere on the map so far. Gonna get another flash out from King Plebis here. Not able to actually secure a kill though, but you do get out the flash. That is a nice play. Really liking this activity out of Carrot so far this early game. Personally, I'm a pretty big fan of Carrot. Played with him 2 seasons, and I think he's a really strong jungler, and I'm excited to see how he does on this new team. He's reunited, crucially, with PB. When PB and Carrot played on a season together 2 seasons ago, they actually ended up winning the server. So I think a lot of good synergy already kind of pre-built there that they're getting to pull back together here. anytime I'm watching Carrot, I love to see him on these aggressive picks, things like the Jarvan, like the Nunu, that have a lot of gank power in the early game, and you're seeing him utilize that well already. And now with Lift being level 6, is able to start trading pretty aggressively. Nova just really struggling here, falling down in CS, struggling to keep the resources up. I think at a certain point, once you get to a point where you don't run out of mana on the Anivia, you can kind of just perma-wave clear, and not have to, worry too much until you get into side lane. Oh, that's a pretty big back cancel, actually. PB somehow got his off, but Archived did not, and not exactly sure how that worked. I didn't see, but if they were backing together, I would have thought they would have both gotten it through, but good cancel by Draco. Another person I'm excited to see more of this season is Draco. Draco's been a player in the server for quite a while, but to my knowledge, Draco's preferred and main role is support, but typically had to play off role quite a bit, and has done well in top lane, or other roles. But I'm excited to see Draco more on main role this season. I think she's a very good support player. Lift does get the egg out here, but because Albert's hanging around, is just gonna have to run away. I don't think there's gonna be a kill angle here. Oh, wow! Actually manages to get him. I'm not sure if Lift was holding on for the cooldown to come back up or what, but wow, you could see it was mid-cast, and Albert's suppression actually brought him back. That's a massive kill. Really unfortunate for Lift to die there. You had the flash, and you definitely could have gotten away with that, but wow, I did not see the angle for Albert to secure that kill, and this is a great regank top by Carrot. You know that Plebis used the flash earlier, so you're going to get a kill. Does end up having to use Blake's flash, but I think you're okay with that because it's good to get a kill onto the Neferi, no doubt. And again, just really good stuff out of the jungle here for New York Nutbusters. Psycho Carrot involved in all 3 kills so far. And I mean, as a certified Carrot enjoyer and Carrot fan, this is what I think this guy can be at his best, is just a disruptor, a super early game aggressive kind of jungler. We'll have to see how he navigates the mid game. He's sometimes prone to, making some silly plays every now and then, but I think when he's really dialed in, he's quite a challenging player to play against. Doing well so far. Lift looking aggressive again. Nice combo by PB, getting good damage on a Draco, but I don't know if it's actually giving enough. And when you're putting all that focus on the Draco, it's allowing the Aphelios to just hit you back while being untouched and doing a lot of damage. They're gonna look for a dive here onto Blake. He has no flash. We'll see how he's able to survive this, if at all. Wow, and Anivia's actually gonna get a solo kill on Lift in mid lane. And the camera made us miss top lane, but they did manage to pull off that dive. So just really good answers by the side of Alberts. And bot lane trading effectively too. Yeah, what started as a really good early game based off some stuff with Carrot is kind of just been turned around. Well, Carrot is looking here. You have a flash on Draco though, so I don't actually see a kill coming through. You do force Draco's flash for flash. Maybe you can look to find a regank there. But overall, I really like the answers here we've seen out of Inferno. And frankly, the 2 deaths on Lift are a little unfortunate. I think Carrot did a good job getting him snowballed, but had the really unfortunate, unlucky death, I'll call it, into Albert, excuse me, on the Skarner. And we didn't really see what led up to that solo kill, but Nova managing to find a solo kill onto the Cassidy after how rough those first 2 deaths were. It's a really big turnaround for Nova, so credit to them. Shout out Hadiri with the tier 1 sub. We appreciate that. And remember, guys, any donations that are made during these streams over the next few days will go directly to the charity of the winning team's choice. All great options. So any donations are going to go to good cause. And a nice kill there on to Omar. Oh, interesting. I archived going with this. I believe that's still called Storm Razor first. Haven't seen that item built in quite a while. As I said, I've not played too much of the new season yet, only like a few games, so I'm learning along with everybody else right now. Man, and Lift is kind of just getting bodied at this point. I'm not going to lie. These trades are actually going really well for Anivia right now. I think Lift should kind of transition its focus from trying to trade onto Anivia to just farming. Because you're already kind of falling down a little bit in experience. See if you can get Karen involved for another play. But it's just going to be hard to kill Anivia now. As I've said, you know, once she has the ability to kind of just wave clear the lane and has flash. Oh, Carrot looking for a play here. Does have ultimate. Yeah, there's no flash on the Aphelios, so that will just be a kill. Good job by Carrot, ganking the Aphelios shortly before the flash comes up. That's always frustrating as a carry when your flash is just, you know, 15, 20 seconds away from being up, and that's the time where the jungler comes in on. You know, I can't really tell on the screen where we are with everyone's role quests. I'm not sure if that's going to show at some point. First time spectating a game. Blake managing to deny the Garen ultimate with his W, but the problem is he goes invulnerable and doesn't get hit by it, but it doesn't consume it. So you're still forced to just run away. If it consumed it without you taking the damage, it'd be a lot more of a counter, but the fact that, you know, Lispy just has it for the next time you fight, ends up being kind of fine for him. Forces Blake's flash out, and you know, you might be able to catch Omar here. We'll see, but you know, Skarner is Skarner, and in fact, they're just gonna turn around on Blake. It was a nice roam down by Lispy, and yeah, there it is. He still has the ultimate. Oh, PB with a massive shield, and a massive save. Can they turn this around? Oh, good flash in by Albert. You got Nova TPing in, getting good damage down. Man, Albert is just a drift king right now on his way out. Granted, Psycho Carrot does manage to pick him off. Nova with a flash over the wall. Oh, the Anivia's actually doing some work. I don't know if it's going to be enough, though. And it is! Draco showing up with the heals was massive. Well played by Nova there in that fight. That whole exchange, I thought, was really well played by the Anivia. PB did a good job showing up and, you know, turning it around a little bit, but all in all, I really like how Albert's played that. Thank you, Kage, for the Prime sub. We do appreciate that. Thank you, Brewer, for the Prime sub. We do appreciate that. Keep them coming, guys. All right, we are setting up for, it looks, Dean didn't set the objective timers up before he left, so I'm not 100% sure. I think Dragon is spawned. We are hitting it. Second drag of the game so far. And it looks like Alberts is just going to choose not to contest. Makes sense to me. You have King Plebis pushing in the top lane. Getting that farm on Garen. Man, that's one thing with Lispy, man. As I've said, typically the Garen has been banned away from him a lot. He just farms so effectively on the champ that even if you are able to get a little bit of an early advantage, I always feel like he just scales super well. And, you know, I'm still kind of identifying myself, what the best ways to play this new season are. But it does seem like they've buffed side laning a little bit more. And I feel like something like the Garen farming, pushing the sidelines, probably a little bit better this season than last. I'm not sure what everybody's thoughts are on Otacon getting removed. Personally, I'm a pretty big fan of that one. It was fun while it lasted, but I think it got a little old after a while. I felt like every game kind of had to play out the same way. Blake looking for Nova here. May actually be able to get him. Yeah, that's big damage. Gonna get the egg, and I don't think Albert's gonna be able to get there in time. Yeah, good job by Blake. Nova feeling confident now. Kind of was able to weather that early storm and has started beating the Kassadin 1v1, but didn't really respect the fact that, you know, you overstep without a turret there. Blake can still come through and find a quick punish. That's really big damage coming out into Fury on 1.5 items. Credit, I want to shout out Archived as well. Archived farming 10 CS a minute right now on the Xayah. Really impressive to me. Really, really strong. And I think Xayah's a character that you're going to need to be strong this game if you want to reliably be able to punch through both top and jungle for the side of Inferno. Shout out Valor with the Prime sub. We do appreciate that. Rad, I'm not 100% sure if sub money goes to charity or just donos. Dean will have to confirm that. Hopefully to charities, though, if you want my opinion. I think if I'm remembering correctly, in seasons past, it does go to the charity. Lift does manage to find a nice kill there onto Nova, but I do believe is going to get chased down. So, yeah, at this point, we are seeing actually the Anivia struggling to stay alive in either side lane. Seraph's Embrace completed on the Kassadin as well. Really strong 2-item power spike, getting near that Rod of Ages completion, 7 stacks right now. And is quite a bit ahead of the Anivia just when you consider items. Has the Seraphs completed to Anivia's components, has 7 stacks on the road and Anivia's 5. So, Kassadin's still scaling well this game. Archive completes that second item, has the Navori Quick Blade, Navori Flicker Blades, whatever it's called. Carrot might be in a little bit of trouble here, or maybe not. With Phase Rush, Garen's always kind of gotta get away here. What's everybody think about the Fey Lights? Anybody want to give their opinion in chat? I didn't even see. I really just been so busy. I've not been keeping up with like the notes. I just kind of played the season, and I was like, "Whoa, what are these things?" That was wasn't expecting something like that. Seemed pretty interesting to me. It seems like we all kind of agree they're OP. Yeah, curious if they'll nerf them or not. PB has built the, I believe it's called the Bagpipes or something, Vandal Pipes, new item. Heard those are pretty good. Other items seem pretty standard. PB might potentially be caught here, although you do see Carrot on the flank coming from one side while Blake came from the other, and Albert's just gonna get, or excuse me, Omar's just gonna get blown up. Uh-oh, here comes Lift. That's one, that's two. You have Nova TPing in, but I'm not sure you want to TP in Nova. At this point, you're probably just gonna die. And it's looking like a really good fight for the side of New York Nutbusters there. Massive flank by both Carrot and Blake, pinching from 2 different angles. Omar never had a chance there on the Aphelios. Blowing the flash too. Won't have that for the next fight. That's gonna be 3rd Dragon collected by Nutbusters. Really liking how they're playing this out so far. Gonna generate about a 4K gold lead here in a pretty comfortable position, and you do have scaling. I would say, I mean, both sides scale pretty well. You have Kassadin, So, you know, good scaling on both sides, but 4K gold lead, you're really comfortable here. Man, Phase Rush Garen is disgusting. Is anyone going to argue with me about that? That is disgusting. He's just gone. Okay. Blake may have bit off a little more than he could chew here. I'm assuming that the slows from Albert may be able to catch up, or maybe I'm just wrong. Never mind. That champion can just dash every 3 seconds. Okay, I'm really enjoying all the talking in the chat. See, I've not played enough to gather into these things. Seems like we kind of think that the weakness of this season is teams coming back. Well, this will be a good test right here. You got a 4K gold lead, 5K gold lead for the side of Nutbusters. Is Inferno going to be able to find a way to come back? We will find out. Yeah, I mean, Lift is kind of just getting smacked right now. Jeez, guys. Skarner's looking mighty strong. Uh-oh. Plebis just finds Blake, and that's just a one-shot. That's a shutdown. Might have been off more than they can chew. I mean, Albert is just making so much space, creating so much time on this Skarner. Hey, all I'm saying, everybody, if Skarner is good this season, y'all better watch out. Because Albert has been that guy on the Skarner. All right, looking like it might get turned around here, though. Archive was able to show up and finally start hitting. When you have 2.5 items Xayah, that is going to be a lot of damage, and that's how you manage to actually punch through Albert in the end. Lift does pick up the triple kill. A lot of damage coming out from the Xayah here, though. And yeah, about a 6K gold lead now, continuing to snowball it. Oof. Blast Cone going to help Lift get away there. 6-3-2 on the Kassadin. Nice scoreline, doing pretty well. This turret's going to take a lot of damage because of the new thing they added. Crystal something. Man, that tower got deleted. Uh-oh. Lift might be in trouble here. Gonna get silenced. Garen doesn't have ultimate, thankfully, or else Lift would have just been gone. Starburst with the Prime sub. Thank you for that. We do appreciate it. Yeah, bounties have come through for the side of Inferno. Nutbuster's in a pretty controlling position here. I don't think it's 7K gold lead almost. I don't think it's completely out of reach, but it's going to take some really good fighting out of Inferno to be able to bring this one back. Nutbuster's in a really commanding position. Yeah, I want to shout out Carrot again. 10 KP, most on the team. Uh-oh. Kassadin getting found out by Garen is one of the few champions that could actually run away from Phase Rush Garen there. And I'm just saying, if you're going to find a way back into this game as Inferno, it's going to come off the back of this Garen, I'm telling you. I have seen Litzby do some disgusting things on that champ. Is 3 items. We'll see how strong the side lane plays can be for him this game. It's going to be hard when you actually group up, I think. They do have a fair amount of CC to actually be able to focus you down. But as far as the 1v1 goes, I don't think anyone's really matching the Garen anymore. Oh, he's actually kind of looking for PB here. Should be a chunk of damage. Rakan should always be able to get away, but again, that's just half health. Carrot going in. Oh, and off to the bottom of our screen. Oh, wow, PB actually's got one shot, and Albert is actually just like soloing the Xayah. What? Okay, Xayah dies with flash, barrier, and ultimate up. Albert, you are the man. Nothing else to say there. Lift is going to, for his team, get a nice counter kill back onto Anivia, but I mean, without the Xayah here, I don't actually think you can win an extended fight. That's just such a massive play by Albert to find that kill. We didn't really get to see the majority of it because it was off screen, but however he pulled that off was just, had to have been great. Oh my god, and you're kind of backing in a greedy spot, and Garen's going to flash on you. Starting to fall apart a little bit here. You still have a pretty nice gold lead, still 4K, but this is exactly what Inferno needed. They've picked up 4 kills, and if you're able to get Lift, it'll be a delayed ace. Oh my god. Albert's a sniper. Oh, Lift lives on 1 though. And we do appear to have Dean back, putting donations in. $9 donations. Let's go, everybody. Good start.
Hello, am I muted for you, Guru? Or I might be muted. Oh, you can hear me.
They're going to TP down. Cassidy coming to try to back up his support here. Dragon has spawned. They are on the dragon. This would be Nutbuster's soul, but I think the previous deaths, yeah, just doesn't give him a position to contest, and it's exactly what you needed out of Inferno. We might actually be setting up for a pretty good game here. Oh man, and Lispy's already level 17, guys. Highest level in the game by 2. Looking real strong. Looking scary. 4-item Garen.
Yep, so I am back. I think we got 4 Prime subs when I was gone. So, you know,
I believe we had
looking good so far.
Hell yeah.
Love to see the donations coming in. Looks like a pretty even game so far. 30 minutes deep, though, and not a clear lead, so I think we might be in for a little bit more this game.
I think we actually had 5. 5 Prime subs, Dean, and 1 regular sub. So, we're doing good.
Oh, yep. Yeah, I didn't see Sarf.
And Adiri with a non-Prime sub. I don't know if that's a different amount or whatnot.
That is definitely more, I think. I need to probably re-Google this, but... I think. Unless they change it on me. This should be right. Oh.
Uh-oh. Wow, King Plebis.
Holy shit. Okay.
Oh, you just got Garand. You just got Garand Lift. All right. I thought Lift had that, but as I said, he just got Garand. That's a frustrating one. And, I mean, Carrot is doing some damage.
Oh my god, he's getting Garand too.
No way.
No way he lives.
Get out,
That's
get
so
out, get out,
bullshit.
get out. All right, I don't even know who it is yet, but if it's freaking Lispy that pays $5 to play 2 games of Garen, ban that man. I don't care. Ban that man. I don't want to see Garen again. The end. All right. That's insane. And exactly what I'm talking about. The Garen has got them back in this game. Shout out, Rat. We do appreciate it.
Blake going in looking for a kill here. Takes so much damage, just immediately gets popped. Archived is able to pick up the kill, though, in trade. So it's a 1-for-1 going down in the mid lane.
Man. Aphelios did a lot of damage there before ultimately dying. And we have got quite a game. What was like a 6-7k gold... Excuse me. What was about a 6k gold lead has been brought all the way down to about 3. So good job by Inferno kind of fighting this back here. Off the back of just some disgusting Garen plays, but also I really got to credit Albert. I think Albert's plays have been massive. Found that initial shutdown onto Lift in lane, and then finding that basically a solo kill onto the Fed 80 carry. It really is what sparked the giant fight that turned into the dragon that they needed to just put them in a comfortable position. So really want to credit Albert too. Really good stuff.
I did get it wrong. Tier 1 subs are the same as, or they're 25 cents more than a Prime, so. Okay, looks like Lispy's looking for another kill here. Did get slowed down a little bit by the Jarvan, so they are just going to take the out there and kind of regroup. This could be a pretty easy Nash if they're able to start hitting with the Aphelios white gun, but it's about to expire, so I don't think they're necessarily going to go for it. But they are committing the TP up from Nova, so that could help.
Oh, you got TP behind though. Blake TPing behind. It's gonna be a really deep TP.
Yeah, PB does have to burn the ult here to kind of stall out. I think if Blake can collapse on them, there might be an angle. He's able to one-shot Omar at this point in the game, I feel like, but if the rest of the team collapses on him, he does not have an angle. I think the advantage of the back TP is kind of lost when you realize that the Rakan has to ult, so kind of the engage is blown already.
Oh
especially
my god.
with PB just getting deleted here. Lispy doesn't even have to use the ultimate, still has it. Does expend Ignite for this, but is now trying to drop everything down to the Kassadin, falling down super low, but Blake has to go into the entire team to try and finish this off, and Omar's just going to pop him. Albert now caught out a little bit, able to force the ult out from Archive. That's a double root coming down from the Aphelios gun.
Oh my
and now Lispy's going in looking for more kills, but does get caged out by the Cataclysm. And they should be able to get Nash off this, off the back of the 3 kills that they just got, but not able to get the ace.
And again there, we didn't really get to see the whole play because the fight was so spread. But again, Albert found an ultimate there onto the Xayah and was able to pull Archives really deep. And even though Archives still had their own ult when the suppression ended, at that point you were pulled so deep you're just dead. So another really good angle by Albert, and I don't know how you deal with Garen at this point.
Yeah, this champ's a little dumb. Not a fan of it. They are walking down. I did not turn objective timers on because I hate you, I guess. But now we should have him, and the dragon did just spawn. So it makes sense that they're walking down for it. Trying to stop NOMB's soul, as you pointed out previously, and I think it's just going to be so hard for them to try and fight anything here. Kassadin scaling is impactful, but I don't know if it's enough to outweigh how fed the Garen is.
Yeah, you do have 4 items on Kassadin, including the death cap, so maybe if Lift can find a really good angle here, it's still fightable, but you're going to have to find something special.
Yeah, and Xayah is up basically like an entire item on the Aphelios, which should matter more than it seems like it is. Carrot's looking for the play onto the dragon, but Inferno's just choosing to turn off of it and try and look for a fight.
Well, you also have Blake top here with no teleport, so at best you're getting a 4v5.
Yeah, I mean, Carrot's just going to go for the steal here, and he's able to find it. That's Infernal Soul going over to NOMB. Carrot is just going to get taken down for it, but that might be enough to turn the game in their favor. They're up
That's
gold,
the Carrot.
and they have Soul.
That is the Psycho Carrot we know and love. Clutch steal there. That's super huge for their chances in this game.
Blake cashing in on a nice 1,000 gold top lane, but I think the Garen is going to be able to stop his back if he gets the read on where he is, but pops the plant the wrong way and does not find him. Looks like there was a Omar spiked to 800 in that fight, apparently, or after the fight. Yeah, I'm assuming we didn't get any donations while I was gone.
I don't believe we've gotten any donations, or at least they didn't pop up.
Okay. I will do my best to try and pull up the link for that, but Archive just immediately has to burn ultimate, sees Albert showing up, and does not want any part of that. But now PB pulling the trigger on the engage. Nova taking a lot of damage here and almost gets the egg popped, but Archive just got suppressed inside the Anivia Storm. But Blake looking for resets on the back of the fight, almost picks up 2 here. And that's 3 kills for New York Nutbusters, but now Lispy's just going to take down Lift, runs at like a giga speed, and I think is going to just burn him down. Albert is going to get taken down here, and it's now Garen against 3, but there's no objectives on the map to get forced. But Garen is the only one left with the Nash, which is still a win, I feel like, in New York Nutbusters' book.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think you really have any position to end here. Might be able to get 1 turret, but actually I don't even think so. Garen is so strong. Oh my god, he's just going to kill him. And he got the flash. Oh my god, he got another.
Okay, well, I mean, if you just win the 1v3...
And he's going to get another.
Oh my god,
Okay.
This is disgusting.
Alright, guys. Alright. This is why we ban Garen, guys. Oops, we can't.
Oh well. At least it's not Singed. Singed would tilt me more, I'm going to be honest. Only if the Singed ended up 13-1, though, and it's more likely for Garen to do that, so...
Yeah. Garen's doing Garen things right now. I mean, to be honest, though, I still think you have the team composition to deal with him. You kind of fumbled it, let him get fed, and haven't been able to find good fights. But he is squishy. Like, when you look at his build, he did build full damage. If you were ever actually able to focus him, he can't die, but...
It's
again,
the cost of all of Lift's Vegi stacks,
yeah, I
which
think
immediately gets sold.
Lift, yeah, correctly spelling the book and buying the Zhonya's finally. I think that is the right call here.
Ouch.
And you do have 4 items Xayah now, so definitely still an angle here. I don't think it's over by any means. Game is still super, super close. Critically, though, Garen's flash is coming up. We'll have that next fight.
Yeah, Blake's nearing full build here, which I think is going to be pretty impactful. I think the GA on the Nefiris may be less useful. I think you just want to have a little extra durability to get the one-shots off, but we will have to see. It doesn't look like they're going to be able to force anything while the Garen is down. I think that would be the best window for them. It is insane that Lispy's farming like 10 CS per minute this game. Blake is just choosing to go in, though, immediately gets caught out and dies. And that is
Blake...
not good news for them. Nash is up in a minute, and Blake's going to spawn just before that.
That's a pretty poor engage by Blake. If that's pretty unusual play from him there. He actually had, I don't know if it was I think it was a misclick, had used the W, the invulnerability, right before he went over the wall. So he didn't have that when he went in. Probably should have waited once that got used. And yeah, you kind of miss your window here. Baron kind of at 40. I'm curious to see if we'll come down to an Elder fight. That's still a minute 50 away.
I mean, I think Elder would probably guarantee the game getting ended. I think if either Garen or, either the ADCs getting Elder, I think is really strong. But Garen or Kassadin, I feel like could just 1v5 Penta with Elder, as long as they're playing it correctly. Lift looking to stack up here and make a play, and Carrot going in with a flank is able to find 2 inside the Cataclysm. PB immediately trying to go back in and get some stuns off, and Lift almost finds a kill, but Nova just driving to Zonias and is able to survive. Huge Aphelios ult, actually contacting onto 4 members there.
Flash in
and
from
Lispy
Garen.
going in, able to find 1 so far. Does just get rooted up, but he's able to find 2 before he's able to be taken down. And now Blake's going onto the back line, almost finds a kill into Draco, or Draco does end up dying. And we're seeing trades coming out here. And Albert still manages to live, and he might actually continue to live through this. Does not end up burning, and the Skarner is still alive.
Albert is playing such a good game. Oh my goodness. Really big stuff there. That looked pretty playable. I thought Xayah actually did a nice job getting damage out that fight, but man, Albert got onto him, and oh, wow. And that should just be the game, I think. Really nice comeback from Inferno here, down about 6k gold. Found a huge couple fights in a row and turned around what was a really nice original early game. I do want to credit the early game from Nutbusters. I thought Carrot especially played super good in the early game, but I don't know. Garen kind of did Garen things, and Albert played a really excellent game on Skarner. So
yeah,
well
honestly,
played
that last
everybody
fight
on the
looked
team.
like it could have gone either way, but Albert kind of playing around all the people that he was trying to deal with at the end of the fight and not getting taken down, I think was pivotal. He did a lot in the fights that I was able to catch. Obviously, I did miss a couple of them, but
yeah, I do think that last fight, a little bit of a early engage. I thought Rakan and Jarvan went in before Xayah and Cass could really get in range, but try to clean up that synergy. You know, we are first games of the season. Excited to see more from both these teams.
Yep, and we will be moving into the Project Tuesdays versus Qualms Chillers game. And just a reminder for people who aren't as aware of the format, if your team goes 2-0, you automatically qualify to the next stage. There is a possibility of going 2-1 before you go 2-0. So if you end up 1-1 and you get a win, it doesn't automatically qualify you. But any team that ends up with 2 losses is going to be eliminated. So NYMB is not out yet. If they get 1 more loss, they will. I don't know what I did here that the logo for my team's charity is not showing. Interesting. Thought I saved all of these in the same place. But I'm just checking the sides for the next game, and we should be able to hop into it without too much delay. It looks like it is going to be QC on blue side and Project Tuesdays on the red side, and this is actually our first game that we get to see Project Tuesdays play. We saw a similar roster get run by a lot of these people in Bilgewater, but it was not exactly this, so this should be pretty exciting. Do you have any kind of hopes for their first game?
I'm excited to see this one. I don't really have any hopes. I mean, QC obviously coming off of a championship, so excited to see how they're able to carry that momentum with, some players returning. I would say kind of the big heavy hitters returning in your mid jungle, and then some new players as well. And then Project Tuesday is kind of a fun team. I mean, brand new team. I like the name. I like the logo. Excited to see how they do. Interesting. I'm not familiar with Stormy, I don't believe, or Yug. So excited to see some new faces.
Yeah, I mean, I was going to say my hope is that we get to see LSD Dreams and Nivea. And we do. So I'm happy personally. I think this guy's
Back to
really
back
good at
Anivia
Anivia.
games.
He has other champions that
Yeah.
are good too. I feel like some people are like one trick, but he definitely shut some people up in Bilgewater Brawl. But yeah, I mean, I think this team's really exciting. We did see them play with Snow as their ADC, so I think swapping over to Yug and Fatel bot lane I think should be pretty interesting. And we have Stormy in for this game instead of Blind Spiral, which is also kind of a difference there. But Spiral didn't play all their games in Bilgewater Brawl either, so maybe not too much of a departure. But we get to see Aphelios, Lulu, Syndra as the bot side coming out from QC, and then we have Malphite Zed on the top lane. So kind of more traditional picks on one side and less traditional on the other. And we do have our first mirror matchup of the tournament, although not in the same lane. We have a Malphite on both teams. We have Old God and whatever is this Glacial Malphite. So I don't know. Up to you.
I think I'm most excited to see the Zed, a champion that was pretty much permanently banned away from Jakar this past season. Excited to see him get to pull that out. The lethality junglers seem really strong to me so far in my experience of this new season. So excited to see him on a champ that's pretty much been permabanned, although the Malphite was a pretty good answer, I would assume. I assume he's going to build armor and ended up in a pretty good spot here as an answer to Zed, I would assume.
Yeah, I mean, I wonder if they knew that it was coming and that's why they picked it, or they just thought Malphite Jungle would be fun. I think it's kind of hard to tell how much thought
Malphite
is even being
Jungle
put into these, because like,
is just strong.
Being transparent on my end, like I don't think we even really considered in blind at least what our opponents were going to be playing. Maybe that worked for us, maybe it didn't. That's for me to know and you to find out. But we do see some heavy trading in the top lane at the beginning of this game. It would be fun to get to see another Zaber solo kill. I feel like we saw a lot of those last season. So
yeah, I'm excited to see how Zaber does, not only in this game, because I think Dave is actually, from what I've seen, a pretty solid top laner. I was really more familiar with Dave as an AD carry player, obviously, but from what I saw in Bilgewater and signups, has done really well in top lane. So I think it's a good test for Zaber, who I think a lot of eyes are going to be on when you're looking at this new QC roster, because everyone else is a returner, whether or not they were playing a ton. I think Ribbons was more of a sub last season, and I'm not too sure how much they plan to play this season, but Zaber's kind of the new kid on the block here for QC, so
yeah.
see how they look.
Falling down super low here. If Rat was able to get any more damage, that would have brought out the egg, but just not able to find it. Completely agree with what you were saying there. But moving over to PT, this is a basically completely new team. We have 4 people on this roster that we've never seen play in a team format Scrim Zone game, and one that we've seen play in a different role. So this is basically brand new versus kind of an edited version of the winning team. Jakar is going in for the kill there. They're able to find the egg, and I think they should have enough damage to just take it down, and that's going to be first blood going over to QC. To the Zed, that's kind of exactly what you expect in this game.
Yep. Picking up where they left off last season, the mid-jungle duo, no doubt. I do think Syndra's actually a pretty good matchup into Anivia as well, so I'm excited to see how LSD pilots, I guess you'd say their main champ, but it's going to be a little tough into a good Syndra player like Rat. Yug getting some nice damage down. That's another thing too, though. The Aphelios is actually a champion that was banned a lot from Ribbons, and we're going to get to see Ribbons actually play that. So that's kind of fun.
And LSD Dreams finds the sun. He's able to get a solo kill down on Rat. Stormy was in the area, but that is actually just a solo bolo against the reigning champion mid laner. So
I didn't really see what happened that led up to that. I mean, they got the solo kill onto Anivia, but then Rat, I guess, stayed around. I'm not sure if. I guess the Anivia just TP'd back, and Rat kind of just got caught sticking around a little too long. I didn't see the close-up. Wow. Ribbons actually just gets sniped there by Braum Q. Good stuff out of Fatal.
Oh, thank you, Fishy, for the $10 tip. Appreciate it. And that is our new highest donation. Something I have done in the past and will likely do again this year, and if anyone else wants to join me, I will be matching the highest donation that we receive over the course of it. So I will be putting one big donation in at the end of the tournament once everyone else gets theirs in. So if you're planning on making any sort of sizable amount, just be sure to dump a big one all at once. PayPal takes a smaller cut of it. I, of course, will be honoring whatever you attempted to donate. I just makes it a little easier for me so that PayPal isn't making more than I am, or donating. I don't know. So I don't have to cover as much from PayPal is what I'm trying to say. But anyway, looks like Zaber's looking for a kill onto Dave here. Kale ult is still available, but as is Malphite, and there's 2 Malphites in the top lane. Looks like this fight is just gonna kind of fade away though. Drakar's going in for it though, and that's a flash Malphite ultimate onto Stormy, and Rat using his ultimate as well. That's 2 ults to take down the jungler, and looking decent for QC here, although it is still a 2-2 game and gold's pretty much even.
Yep. Like I said, there's no way on the spectator to see the role quest completion and stuff. Wonder if they'll add that at some point.
My worry is that they'll add it, but it'll be like the weird... Oh wait, I think this is the quest.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
I don't know how far... Is it 1,000 for everyone? Is that how that works?
I think it's more than 1,000. It's like 1,300 or 1,500.
Yeah, I don't quite know.
Hadn't played enough yet. Okay. Pretty good farming out of Yug here. Velios will pick some of that up, but generating a little bit of a lead in the bot lane. Jakar opening up a pretty nice sizable CS advantage in jungle, and then Dave, farming pretty well top.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is the kind of game that you expect with a Zed jungle. It's going to be a bit slower in the early game when Zed's just trying to get up and farmed, and then I think the mid game will explode a little bit more once you have this kind of fed Zed showing up. But I think the 16 CS lead is a bit lower than you would necessarily like, but the Malphite hasn't had too much impact, 0 KP so far, so I think you're fine just having a lead.
Yeah. Yeah, I will say they've ended up with a pretty good comp. Oh, let's see.
And that is
Ultimate
a flash coming out from Paul, but it gets sniped. Yug able to pick up the kill and gets excited, and I think this should be a kill onto Ribbons. The stun comes out, and Ribbons just having to dodge away from the traps. The ult comes out in return, and since it is the healing ult, it stalls this out a little bit, but that's another kill going down to Yug, and Dave's actually able to pick up a solo kill onto Zaber in the top lane. So we did not get the Zaber solo kill we wanted to, and Kale's up 28 CS, and I don't know, that's just not good news. You do not want to see a Kale get ahead early.
No, it's not, and I'm really impressed so far by the Yug and Fatal bot lane. Not having watched either of these players before, playing really well into what I would consider definitely a strong bot lane. I mean, you have Ribbons on their best champion, best Felios in the server, no doubt, and Paul as well. Great support, so really good stuff out of this Jinx Braum. In what I would assume, I mean, I think typically Lulu would be considered to be pretty good into Braum, so I mean, you're still able to find advantage
we got
here.
The first one. Dave Pickman donation hack, 400 CS and $30. And Zaber going in for the ultimate, and they are just going to kill Dave, so he donates and gets absolutely obliterated for it. So
oh my god.
I don't know.
Toxic.
They hate charity. And an
shout out Dave, though.
$1 tip. Thank you.
Rat has completed the Ludens. They've switched back to the OG icon. I think we can all agree it looks better. And again, as I was trying to say earlier, I'm excited to see Drakar on the usually permaban Zed.
Anonymous donation hack
oh my
coming
god.
in, 400 CS and $25.
Shout out Anonymous. As I was trying to say, but keep interrupting me with donations, guys. I don't mind. Keep interrupting me. I was trying to say, I'm excited to see the Zed
as possible.
But I think they've drafted a pretty good comp to deal with Zed. Like, Anivia's pretty happy into Assassins. Kale's got her ultimate, obviously. You got Tank, Malphite, Braum. So I'm curious to see Zed off to a 2-0-1 start, but I can see it being kind of hard to play out the mid game. Excited to see what Drakkar can do.
Yeah, I do think having Zed into a Kale is a bit unfortunate, just because of your ability to ult whoever gets targeted, and Ravens just gets absolutely annihilated here. Actually does get to survive a while because of the Lulu, but that is going to be a knockup coming down onto Paul, and I think he's just going to end up dying here. Another kill going down to Yug. This is a 4-0 bot lane for Project Tuesdays.
Yeah, and Stormy just kind of sitting in the bush.
Rat coming in with the 1-up, $30.01 donation.
What is this? The Price is Right? Come on. Shout out Rat.
Yeah. And I will do him a favor. He also dropped a sub. Drakkar just absolutely one-shotting Dave under tower, but I will add the sub that Rat dropped into his highest donation. So moving it up just a little bit higher.
LSD getting some nice damage down.
He's looking to be in a bit of trouble here. Stormy does not have the ultimate, though. Did use it to set off that kind of chain reaction play bot lane. So not able to punish Rat too hard, but I think LSD Dreams should just be pretty safe.
LSD with some pretty good movement. That's 2 stuns in a row, managed to dodge. And if you're not able to actually cancel the Anivia ultimate, the matchup ends up not being quite as good for the Syndra as it otherwise can be. But overall, still trading pretty effectively. Anivia doesn't do too much damage until you get a little bit more AP in your inventory.
Drakkar's CS gap has expanded a little bit, now up 26. The highest farm in the game is on LSD Dreams, and Rat's only 1 behind. But Zed's basically caught up at this point. Drakkar farming incredibly well this game. Like, it's very hard to keep up with your laners in CS, especially with the earlier minion spawning. So definitely going to be a scary champion as the game gets a little later, and his clear is only going to get faster.
Yep, Dave getting close to that level 11 power spike. Curious to see what the Kale build looks like this game.
Yeah, I wonder if he's going to stick with AP or kind of go like a hybrid build. The Nashor's first, I think, just makes sense. There's only one tank on the team, and he naturally is going to build a lot of armor, so I think going AP heavy is pretty good. I'm honestly surprised we don't see the other Malphite just go full AP nuke. I feel like that could be pretty good here. But LSD Dreams fishing here, but is just immediately stunned up by Rat, and Drakkar's here to follow, but the flash is burned by LSD Dreams, which helps him stay alive. Stormy with the knockup, and I think they're going to be able to get the kill on the Anivia, but it's going to be close. And Fatal's here to back it up. Drakkar is able to find the kill, and Stormy dropping down low, but doesn't die. The backup from the bot lane is helping them out. But now Ribbons and Paul are here to try and join the fight, but just aren't able to get it. And QC actually steals the gold lead back off of that play.
Yeah, good pick by Drakkar and Rat there. It looked like there was almost an angle to turn it around, but the rest of the team was just about 5 seconds too slow. I'm excited to see if Kale goes for the Dusk and Dawn, the newer item. I know Kale could sometimes go Lichbane in the past, and it's kind of a newer alternative that gives attack speed as well. So I'm curious to see if they'll opt for that.
Is that the one with like the double on-hit procs?
Yeah, it is.
Okay. Yeah, that seems like it'd be really good on her. Oh, and Dave just charges the E and just fires it off. Did have to burn the ultimate in order to not die, but really good baiting on Zaber there.
Yeah. Zaber with an interesting item path too. Builds the tier item first. Malphite can run out of mana, so I don't hate seeing the tier. I'm not sure if you want to complete that item completely though first. Not too sure.
Rat with a good stun here, and no egg available for LSD Dreams, but that's so much damage coming down on him. And the wall to keep him in the storm, that's so much. I don't know if he's going to get it. There's no burn items available, and that isn't going to be a solo kill, but it was damn close.
Very, very close. Good wall placement. I feel like what can separate some Anivias from great Anivias from pretty good Anivias can come down to wall placement, and as well as just obviously your positioning, as with any control mage. But feels like really good.
There's the snipe from Yug. That's his 4th kill of the game.
That's tilting. If you're right there, nice job by Yug finding that snipe. And I mean, Jinx is just in such a comfortable position in this game. And you see Stormy sneaking back into the lane. May set up a dive here. Zed is on the other side of the map, and you know that now with the information, with the call out coming. You could easily see a dive here. At minimum, it's going to be turret.
Yeah, and now Jinx is going to be excited and run forward, but I think QC's bot lane knows better than to contest this and is just going to walk it out. Stormy going to be able to attack some camps here and cut into that farm advantage that Drakar's accumulated.
Yep, and now you're going to rotate Jinx up and continue to kind of accelerate. Yeah, it does look like Dave. Oh, go ahead.
I don't want to see a level 20 KL. I'm just going to put that out there. I don't think this needs to happen.
Yeah, we'll see. And I do think Dave is going for that item I was talking about. The Dusk and Dawn has built the Sheen, and I believe that Ruby Crystal is a component. So most likely we'll be looking for that second, and really curious to see what that power spike looks like.
Hey, maybe he'll just build a Triforce. Anything could happen.
It's possible, I guess. Dusk and Dawn seems good, though. I've played it a little bit. I know some Echoes are building it, so I, of course, had to try that as the resident Echo, but I hate the build path. The build path itself seems like shit. When you get the completed item, it seems good. The build path, not so much.
Drakar is here. This could be dangerous for Dave, and they just immediately blow him up. We're not able to get the burst down, so he's able to get the ultimate off, and I think he might be able to trade back, but no, Drakar unstoppable, 5-0 and 1. The Jinx on the other side is 4-0-2, though, so very strong players on both sides. Very even game so far.
Yeah, both junglers finding success just bush ganking the side lanes. Nice job getting a kill onto Kale. You really needed that. And Jakar sitting at 5-0 and 1, looking real strong. Although we are seeing the first real fight between Zed and the Armor Malphite. 2 levels up, Zed does just kind of have to walk away.
Yeah, I just don't think that Zed ever has to interact with Malphite. I mean, maybe if you burn Flash and Ultimate, you can contest him, but this late in the game I feel like this W cooldown is just too low for him to be in any sort of danger.
Yeah, Jinx has that second item too now. The Infinity Edge completed. Whole complete item up on the Aphelios. Not very often you see ribbons getting put behind like this on their champion. Yug playing it really well right now. It's going to take a really good play from the Zed or the Syndra, probably comboing with the Malphite to be able to shut Yug down at some point. Definitely doable though.
Yeah, I feel like if you have a Syndra, especially one with this much farm, I feel like you're kind of able to just one-shot an ADC no matter what, if you're able to play it right. Dave should just be able to run down Zaber here. I thought he successfully used his move speed boost after the Q hit, but he might not have, just with how the speeds worked out there.
Yeah, once Rat's able to complete that second item and get the Shadow Flame and start critting on ability, that's when Syndra gets extremely dangerous and can find a lot of one-shots. So getting close to that spike.
Yeah, this is a much slower game than the last one, it feels like. Not crazy amounts of action before 20 minutes, and Yug is going to be excited again. And both objectives are going to be spawning within the next minute. I think this next dragon is going to be a good target for Project Tuesdays. I feel like they have a decent lead, and they are committing Kale down here, which is going to be the first time she's going to be able to join up with a bot lane in a fight, and you have all of your ultimates and all of your flashes except Kale's available. I think this is a really strong spike for them, but Drakar can get some damage dealt here if he's able to get onto Yug. He's finding the damage onto Dave instead, though, which you're going to need to kill both, and I think that's where they're going to struggle. You need a good play from Syndra and a good play from Zed, as well as a good Malphite ultimate, but the damage is down on the dragon, and I think they're just going to be able to burst this. Rift Herald's down, but I'm not sure how much effect it's going to have. Paul is going to be the one riding it, but he's just taking it to the mid tower, and Project Tuesday is backing out. They don't need to take this fight, and they got what they wanted out of this exchange.
Yep. Should be able to get a mid tower and trade, which is always nice, but maybe able to get another charge of the Rift Herald too, which is good. Might actually, I don't know, how fast can you take a second turret here? We'll see. Wow.
Yeah, because
might
it
be able to
has
get
no
2.
crystals on it, I think it's hard to take it very quickly.
I mean, you still got about 80% of it, so
Yeah.
really good stuff.
Rift Herald is an objective for sure.
Oh, Zaber forced a flash out there. I don't know. Not sure if you had to flash there.
Yeah, I think he wanted to hold the ultimate for that exact reason. He's able to connect onto Yug. I'm not sure if they're going to be able to find the kill. Drakar's going to look for it, but Ribbon's able to get their first kill of the game onto Dave, no less. And I think this could be a winning fight for QC if they're able to keep forcing it. But Yug now is pretty much just completely uncontested. Syndra and Malphite ultimates both down. Paul almost dying to that, but is able to walk out as the Braum stacks fade away. Huge stun coming out from LSD Dreams, though, and I think that might be a kill onto Rat.
Wow.
Snipe comes out from the Jinx. It's not enough, though, but now Zaber's stunned out, and I think if Yug can just hit any more, that's going to be a bunch of kills in a row. That's one. Drakar's on the backline, but is just going to get stunned up and killed, and now there's 3 left, and they're all super low. If Jinx can gap close, they're all going to die, but luckily Drakar was able to stall for long enough, but just wasn't able to find the kill. Both of them are 5-0, and Drakar's the one who ends up with the death.
Super impressive 3v5 there out of the side of Project Tuesdays. I mean, you just see the confidence that LSD Dreams has in the Anivia. I mean, playing so far up, so aggressively there, really just sets that, what looked like it should have just been, you know, QC walking away, taking their 2 kills. The Anivia just played so aggressive on that chase that just really set it up. And as you said, Drakar tried getting onto the Jinx, but you see the effectiveness of Braum right there. That stun made the difference, and really impressive team fighting there from PT.
Yeah, I wonder if either team's going to try and contest the Baron. I feel like these fights are so, like, flippy. It's really hard to predict who's going to win, because it depends on how the one-shotters on QC go and where the Malphite's ults land. So it's kind of risky to take a fight even if you're in a winning position, and neither team really has one of those. Drakar is fishing down here, might be looking for a kill onto the Kale, but not something that's easy to do. LSD Dreams getting a lot of damage down onto Zaber, trying to keep him inside the storm. I don't think Zaber has any kill threat onto him.
No, I don't think so.
The ult is available for Zaber, but he's taking
that
so
wall.
much damage here. You definitely don't want to ult forward. Maybe you can ult out, but
oh man,
ult out right into Yug, and that's another kill for the Jinx. Drakar is now going in onto Dave, who's already used the ultimate, and that is just going to be an explosion. Rat getting the kill, and you've evened it out. Both top laners dead. And I think Kale was probably worth a little more, so good stuff for QC there.
Yeah. I think Zaber just sticking around a little too long. There's not really ever an angle to solo kill the Anivia there. Good counter punch though.
And it should
You get Dave's splash out too.
Yeah, I think we're trading turrets on the opposite side of the map too. There is some resistances due to how many people they have hitting it, but it's red-white, which absolutely shreds towers, so I think this should go over to QC. But Anivia trying to hit this top tower while it's unguarded. Yeah, that's half a tower down. I think 2 plates going over to the Anivia, which is pretty good. And PT has about a 2,000 gold lead here. I don't think it's a significant advantage, but they're going in the right direction. QC, though, does have 3 grubs, which is going to matter a lot. And honestly, Jinx not having the grubs is nice because it prevents the ability for them to just completely destroy your entire base anytime they wipe you. Now they can only mostly destroy your base anytime they wipe you.
Yeah.
We are up to 20 viewers, very active chat, so thanks to everyone who's watching. Hope you're enjoying the game so far.
Oh,
Fight is
manages to find
Drakar
Drakar.
is probably just going to come up and die
goodness.
here, but he's actually able to get out, lives with less than 200 HP, and the wall not able to catch Rat out is going to get slowed by the Jinx W, and I just think this is a nothing fight, but they forced QC off the objective, and I think this is going to be sole point going over to PT uncontested. Neither Zed or Syndra were able to get their ults off in that fight. Aphelios either, so basically all their damage is down. Saber's caught out in a ward here, and I think he is just going to die unless he burns the ult defensively. Dave's just going to choose not to go for it.
Yeah. I love that angle by Fatal. Clips Jakar with the max portion of the Braum ultimate, and they're able to chain CC. I mean, Jakar was dead there 100% of the time if Rad had not managed to land like a 3-man stun, but even still, Jakar just has to flash, lives on 1, and you get the dragon. So really impressive stuff out of PT, especially the bot lane. I think Yugg's played an excellent game, but I think in large part because Fatal's been doing such a great job of setting them up. Both players deathless here. Really impressive stuff.
Yeah, sorry. Some of me being quiet is just me needing to bite my tongue because the things I want to say spoil things. So for some reason, I've been better about that in the past. But Rat is going for a flank here. Able to find a really good angle, and Yug, though, takes about half his health out. The ultimate is not enough to kill him, and Zaber not able to connect with the ultimate, but Ribbons is able to find the angle and get the kill there. Rat is dying, as is Paul, and I think Zaber's just going to be stuck and dead here, too. But I think the shutdown on the Jinx might be worth it, because that was like 1350 gold going over to the Aphelios, which gets you all the way back in this game. Zaber took forever to get killed, but the Aphelios just wasn't able to free fire there and get enough damage down to make it worth too much. Stormy does not have ultimate available. If he did, I think that would be a little scarier. But Drakar now has to burn the ultimate, get some damage down to Fatal, or Fatal. And actually, Ribbons is able to pick up the kill. LSD Dream's not finding the stun, and that's one more for QC, and I think they're very happy with this exchange. I think even though they lost more members, the gold's much better. But LSD Dream's finding the stun and the wall, and Stormy getting the pickup kill, and I kind of take it all back. I think this is looking good for PT now. They're able to find, I think, 4 kills across the map there, and Nash is up, and I don't think it's going to be fought for a little while. But PT has plenty of time to recover all their cooldowns before they have to fight over Soul.
Yeah, it's just so difficult to position against a Nivea player if you're a carry without a dash, and this next fight's going to be really challenging. No flash on Aphelios. It's going to be really hard to position against both Malphite and a Nivea. Rat does have his flash out critically, so he will have that for the next fight. Also has the Zanya's Hourglass components, so can go into stasis. And we'll see how much work Syndra can get done here. You did find a good pick onto Jinx, who is also without flash. But I do think overall it's going to be really hard to ever actually kill this Anivia, let alone the Jinx. Like if you kill the Jinx, I feel like you've used so much probably that I'm not sure how you have enough left to get Anivia. But we will see.
Yep, and thank you, Blake, for the $10. We're at 125 already today, pretty much. It's looking really good. Drakar is going in for the kill onto Dave, forces the ultimate out, and perfectly times his Z ultimate, so he's able to dodge the damage, but Dave able to find a kill onto Ribbons, just absolutely lights up the Aphelios. And now Rat's here looking for some damage onto Stormy. It is a 3v1 against the Malphite, but Rat's just going to look for the solo kill, is going to drop the ultimate, and boom, finds the solo kill, shut down, going over to the Syndra.
Yeah, good
Saber
stuff.
gonna use his ult defensively here, potentially. Still holding it, is
Trying
able to
to
dodge
hold
away
on
from the
to
stun,
it.
and I think he's okay. Yeah, well played from Saber.
Yeah, managed to get out there. Yeah, good shutdown for Rat there. That's pretty wild. Dave traded one back, though, onto the Aphelios. Doing big damage now. Doesn't even have the Rabadons completed yet. Once that comes through for the Kale, it's going to be real scary. Dragon coming up in 40 seconds. That's going to be Soul for PT if they're able to grab it. So I expect to see a strong presence from both teams to try to get control of that boss side river. I do not think you want to give a Jinx Hextech Soul, let alone a Kale. Gold is basically dead even, just 300k gold lead, or 300 gold lead for PT. Super close fight here. And actually PT completely giving up position in the river. Gonna be hard to walk in here. You know, they're content to just let Dave hit base. You know, it was just Soul Point, so it seems they're just gonna let Dave hit base. Although I don't know if we'll see if he's able to get that turret. It looks like he will. The backs actually got stopped. QC chose to stop their backs there. Does find a nice pick onto the Jinx. Not sure if you're going to turn it into anything more, though. Maybe a Baron
flash
angle?
coming out from Fatal, and they're able to get Paul locked up, and he's just taken down.
Yeah, QC just kind of backing on Vision there. Okay, so overall, it's a 1-for-1. PT gets top lane turret, and QC gets drag. Okay. Yug's flash is coming up in about 10 seconds, so we'll actually have that for the next fight on the Jinx. That's pretty big cooldown. Dave does also have the Rabadons, and they are actually going to choose to start the Baron. I like this call. You're probably not going to get a better fight than while Jinx is dead, and they're just going to burn it so fast, actually, it's not even going to be contestable. Really big stuff out of QC, and they actually managed to really get this gold back to even again. Only 600k in the favor of PT. We'll see what type of push angle they're able to do with the Baron. Super fun games. Dina's forced me to solo cast again. I'm doing it. We're doing it, chat.
I'm trying to figure stuff out.
I'm playing.
Rat
may be able to find a pick here potentially, but no, not really. LSD positioning safe enough, far enough away from the wall. Maybe you can play for Rat to get that Rabadons. That fourth item on Syndra is so strong. Anytime you kind of had to go for the Zhonya's third here, does delay the damage a little bit. Once that Rabadons comes through, the damage is going to be pretty massive. Yug did pick up his fourth item though.
Yeah, we're seeing actually a more even level difference in top lane here. Both of them at 17. Drakkar is actually out-leveling everybody with 18. Anivia has 18 too, but hey, you're using Roa, it's cheating, so.
Yeah, pretty impressive. Drakkar's already all the way to level 18. I would have thought Dave would have more of a level lead, but the fact that Zaber's even with him is also pretty good credit to Zaber here. I think those picks they managed to find onto Kayle repeatedly in the side lane when they swapped Syndra into the Kayle really helped kind of keep Dave from accelerating too far ahead of the pace of the game. We are kind of setting up for an explosive fight, though. I mean, I think we're really like one ace with 3 or 4 members alive on the other side from the game ending, so next fight could be the game. And we do have basically, yeah, we have like all summoners up except for Braum's Flash right now, so whatever this next fight's going to be, should be a good one.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's really going to come down to how the Malphite ultimates go out. Either team's able to win fights here. I think once you hit the Malphite R, I don't think the rest of the fight matters as much, but Zaber just getting absolutely chunked out here. Might not even have a chance to ult. But Drakkar going into the back of the fight is just getting lit up. He's able to get out, and he's able to dodge Stormy's Malphite R, and Riven's just completely caught out in the middle of the fight, and both the bot laners just exploded. Zaber taking so much damage from the Jinx. That's a double kill, and maybe a triple going over. Drakkar flashes in and is able to pick up one in return, but that's 4 kills to 1, and PT's just lit up this game. They don't have Soul, they don't have Nash, but they do have actually they don't have Jinx either because Drakkar was able to take it down. They're not understanding how the crystals work. Not able to break them until they have a minion in range. And now Rat goes in, is looking to find a kill, is able to find 1, looked for 2, but that's too many Zonias for him to deal with. He's almost able to find 2 more at the end, but good stall from Rat though, able to find a kill and did delay the turret, taking down a bit, and got 2 Zonias out of it, which I think is fairly worth it.
Yeah, that whole sequence was set up again by LSD finding really nice wall positioning onto Zaber, chunked him about half health, forced them to make the call to start the fight. Ribbons flashed in there, which kind of questionable. Flashed in about 1v4 after Drakkar had already gotten out. But what stands out to me the most from that entire play is they opted into a 4v5 while Rat was in the side lane. That's just not the play. You needed Syndra there. That felt uncoordinated, and that felt like something we don't usually see from QC. I think that fight could have looked differently if they'd chosen to take it truly as a 5-on-5, because you saw the damage Rat did once he eventually arrived.
Yeah, and we're seeing Rat in chat saying that his comm there was, "Don't die, I'm getting my death cap." Clearly, that did not happen. They're hoping that it won't cost them the game, and it's looking like it probably won't, because they were able to take out the dragon, so it's 3-3. However, the damage done to the base is significant. They're up 7 towers to 4, or PT is, so QC looking to be in big trouble here, and I don't know if that's what people would have expected. This is the reigning champion team, and I don't think the swaps made are, that big of a difference in terms of skill. I think PT's just showing up, and this team is looking strong.
Yeah, I agree. PT's got quite a few faces I'm not familiar with, and first impressions looking really, really good. Close game, though. It's really impressive to me that QC's been able to kind of snag all these dragons. The fact you've denied PT Soul is keeping you in this game. It's going to come down to a final dragon here. If the game lasts another 4 minutes, we will see. At a certain point, it's just going to be so hard to deal with the damn near full build Kayle, full build Jinx.
And Zaber just living pretty well here. If they're able to touch the tower, though, it's going to be bad news for them, and it's going to be hard for Malphite to clear the wave. However, with Rat here, I think it might be a little easier for them to do it, but no, they're just going to take down this tower, and that's now 8 turrets destroyed. Nash is going to be up in 40 seconds. I wonder if either team's going to look to force it. Drakar's now in the area. Kayle is the farthest one away from this fight. The trigger's pulled immediately, but LSD Dreams just melts Paul. He had no chance as soon as he got caught in the storm there. The wall keeping him in play, and I think this Anivia has just provided enough support to this team to help them close out the game, but any good one-shots from Zed or Syndra completely turn this game around, especially if it's
not a good wall. Yeah, really loving to see this. Blind Pig has some faults, but if it has anything as a pro, it's the fact you get to see some of these fun champs that you otherwise just don't. Things like the Lispy Garen, things like the Drakar Zed, and things like apparently this LSD Anivia. Really, really fun to see. Anivia champion that I think can be so strong if piloted correctly.
Getting the stun coming out and looking to burst him.
Woo.
He had committed the ult. I think Egg comes out for sure. I guess the Sony
might have even
out, but
yeah, it would have been close. His team had kind of abandoned him at that point. Good damage, though. You see the damage that Syndra has. And I still think Syndra can play fairly well into Anivia, as you saw right there. It's just overall, the 5v5 has just become so difficult.
Trap setup, though. They are sitting on a ward, though, so it's not a very successful trap. But Zaber just gets obliterated. But he knew that they were there and just overestimated his durability, I guess. Now Paul gets trapped by a wall again, gets taken down. I think this guarantees him Baron, which I don't know if it guarantees them the game, but it's looking really good for PT here.
Yeah, they did have vision. And the way Zaber walked up was almost as if they didn't have vision.
Well, he had vision of 2 of them. He didn't have vision of all 4, but I feel like if you see 2 people sitting in a bush, the rest of them are probably there. I don't know. Tough one.
Oof.
The 3 people up for QC are the 3 that can output the most damage, so it looks like PT's just going to take a reset and try and group up for a proper 5v5 with Nash, with one of their buffed up waves in the mid lane, or they're just going to go for a 1-4 split and try and break open bot lane.
Yeah, you do have Fattel as well, has the Bloodthirster completed now. Jinx sitting on 5 items. Level 20 Kayle, by the way. Drakar hit 18 before anybody else, but he's unfortunately forced to stay at 18. Kayle has hit 20.
Yeah, I think once Jinx breaks open this bot turret, I think it's going to be real bad for QC. I'm assuming they're going to get it. I don't know how they stop Jinx from taking this tower. maybe you just back off and try to not take too much damage with the passive buff, and it looks like that is what's going to happen. The flash from LSD Dreams immediately, and Stormy's ult is way better. It hits onto 4. The Jinx ult just hits nobody, and Drakar's on the backline. Yug gets Kale ulted though, and Drakar basically gets no damage down, and now that's everyone dead except for Drakar, who's running on the other side, and his GA's popped, and I think that is just going to be game. And PT taking down the reigning champions in QC. I don't think that would have been what anybody predicted, but they did it in a glorious fashion, up about 9K by the time they won the game, and looking good, starting the day off 1-0.
Really impressive game by PT. I think QC had some really good moments. I mean, Drakar did his thing, and Rad had some really nice plays. But the bot lane, especially for PT, just super, super impressive this game, in my opinion, as well as just some amazing Anivia plays. Fun stuff. Another good game.
Yep, and we will be moving forward into the third game of round 1. This one is going to be SKT versus Metabusters. We've kind of seen a bit of a return, but this is like a vintage Metabusters roster. As I'm pulling up the assets, it is Korn, Hidiri, Fujer, Stav, and Jacob. So for people who haven't been around as long in the server, I think a lot of those names might be a bit newer to you. I think Stav and Hidiri, not people who have been playing as much recently, but Hidiri was on the initial iteration of Metabusters, and Stav was on the team for a while and did take a short hiatus in the last season. SKT, I think, is looking pretty much the same as they did last time around. I don't know who Zelda Guy Zero is, if anyone knows who that is by summoner name, but it is Faye Nevada, and then Zelda Guy Zero's mid, and then Apari actually making the role swap to ADC this season is paired up in the bot lane with Sam S. And I think Stav versus Jacob and Apari versus Sam is going to be an interesting matchup to watch. I have my own theories on who is going to win that I'm not going to share, but I think that is going to be the focus to watch. And as I said before, with LSD Dreams probably going to go towards that Anivia, I think we're almost definitely going to see a Twitch this game for Stav.
Probably. And I believe the Zelda whatever it is, that's Game Case is the name in server.
Okay, yeah, I thought Game Case was not available for this, which is my reasoning for that. And Fatal dropping a $31 donation. Thank you so much. I did factor in Rat's sub into his total, so I'm gonna give the highest donation still to Rat for the $32.51 he's put in today. But thank you, Fatal. That is very helpful. And for those of you who weren't around for the initial explanation, the entire charity donation prize pool is going to go to the charity selected by the winner of the tournament, which as of this point could still be any of the 9 charities we have on display here. But on that note, we will be hopping into the third game.
Okay. Oh, we got a Nidalee. Okay, that's exciting.
Oh yeah, Nevada Nidalee. I feel like that is definitely a player that I'd expect to pull out the Nidalee if anyone's going to do it. So.
Okay, so pretty fun team compositions on both sides. Twitch Stav. Yeah, that's good way to describe it. Yep. Stav Twitch is very fun to see. Don't always get to see that one. And Fujer playing the Fizz has been playing this pick a lot, actually, both in jungle and in mid lane. Really good Fizz player, so fun to see that. I do think Mel, if positioned well, can probably do okay into Fizz. The reflection against the ultimate can probably be pretty annoying.
Off here.
Yeah, gonna have to see how well Fujer can play this. Playing any melee champion into Mel, even one that has the kind of the tools Fizz does, is gonna be a little frustrating. But I do think in the later parts of the game, it will be difficult for Mel to survive. There's nothing to really reflect that effectively when Zach is jumping on you, nor Camille. So if they all dive together, I think it could be difficult for Mel. And Faye with the Scion, I mean, typically a pretty safe blind pick, but I do think Camille, kind of an unfortunate answer for Scion to deal with. Early game will be fine. Eventually, though, I think Camille will win that matchup. Haven't seen much Camille though lately. What hasn't really been a super strong champion the past season or two.
Yeah, I think it is going to pick up a lot here. From what I've heard, I think Camille is one of the champions that scales the best with levels, so I expect it to pick up a little bit, especially with the traditional scrims meta being like, you know, very tank heavy. Like if we keep seeing these like Scions, Malphites, Orns, I think Camille's going to have a lot of value, especially with Cho'Gath picking up a little bit as well, as it's now more of a more present kind of top jungle flex. So I don't know, it could be interesting. I think it's makes sense for a champion that Corn's going to work on. I think, you know, hearing some people talk last season, I think there were some interesting Corn scrims where he was on Camille, but I would imagine taking the offseason to improve on the pick will make it a bit scarier.
Yeah, I'm excited to see it. I do think Camille's probably also another champion that's going to benefit from them trying to create or trying to make side lane be a more effective style as it once was back in earlier seasons. Camille definitely can team fight pretty effectively. I mean, everybody knows the power of that ultimate in a team fight, but I think overall does prefer a game state where you're not forced to constantly be team fighting. Does kind of want to be able to threaten 1v1s, threaten the turret pushing. So we'll see. And yeah, excited to see Corn on a different pick. You know, with it being blind pick, I think a lot of people wouldn't have been surprised if Corn just went for something like the Darius that is so often banned. But fun to see Corn continuing to try to kind of expand the champion pool. Because I do think it is a player that a lot of people might point at when you say, hey, you know, we're playing Fearless this season. And that's a completely different style. You know, who are players that have typically been super strong but might struggle with Fearless? And I think Corn potentially might be one. So fun to see a more expanded champ pool.
Yeah, and considering the camera panned away when the spear came out, I'm assuming Nevada ended up missing that one, especially with the fact that Corn lived. But a fight is breaking out in the bot lane, and Hidiri going in, not able to find any CC yet, but now they're fighting in mid lane again, and I think they're able to find the slow onto Sam, and I think the stun might be enough for Sav to get the kill, but it's going to be pretty close. Leona can be so tanky in the early game, but goes back in
Sam!
And flashes out. And Sav has forced a flash to turn it, and Apari might be able to get a kill and counter here, but the Braum's shield is still up and is able to keep him alive. And Apari looking for the kill here is not able to find it. Barrier comes out from Stav, and they pull it back in, and that's going to be another kill for Stav. That's a 2-0 start for the Twitch. I really liked what Sam was doing there if he was going to secure enough damage for the Jhin, but the Braum shield coming back up just completely mitigated the play and just made him look like he was trolling, to be honest. Fujr flashing in, is able to find a solo bolo, is going to die for it, but hey, they got feats of strength in spirit because that doesn't exist anymore.
I don't know. Pretty questionable re-engage by Sam. I mean, they still had the heal on Braum as well, so I don't think you're ever really turning that. And getting 2 kills onto Stav already is massive. I think you missed it during the middle of that gank. Hidiri had a massive donation as well as a massive gank.
Oh, I was not paying attention. Did you have to see how much it was?
50 smackaroons.
Hell yeah.
As Rat would say.
Oh, I completely spaced out. I'm so sorry, Hidiri. I was watching your
Also,
gameplay.
I didn't even realize, before you said his name for that gank, I didn't even realize that Frost was Hidiri. So really fun to see Hidiri back as well. A player that I know had been in the server for a while, even before I had joined, and hasn't played as much lately. So fun to see Hidiri back.
Yeah, Hidiri played for Silicats in Season 4. Then you guys were on the same team all the way back in Season 5. So
yeah,
vintage stuff
fun
here.
Fun to see him back.
And Hidiri has claimed the highest donation at $50, so congratulations to Hidiri for the time being, at least.
Thank you, Hidiri.
And now 4 of them are collapsing onto this dragon. We'll see if Hidiri is able to secure the smite here. Nevada barely getting out of the pit alive, and I think they're just going to let him live. And Twitch is going to take it out. And yes, Dragon is going to go over to the Zac. And now GameCase is in a bit of trouble, uses the immune already, and now Frost jumping in, and that's 2 kills going over to Metabusters. It's now 6-1. This game is starting to spiral out of control. You're at a 2k gold deficit already, and it looks like Korn's going for a kill in the top lane, flashing forward with the animated Pengu dab. If he's able to find the wall hook shot, I think he'd get it, but did not happen.
Yeah, really good start for Metabusters. I mean, you get the Twitch and you get 3 kills on the Twitch.
On the Twitch now, he's not going to get stunned up though. That burst of movement speed with the Q is enough to keep him alive, and Apari taking so much damage here. He gets dropped down to about 300 already just upon returning to lane.
What do we think Twitch's first building with the Brutalizer?
Cyclosword?
Okay, interesting.
That's my guess. I don't think it's right, but
Also, shout out to Hadiri with the Chad AP Zach build. I'm really loving that too.
yeah, there's been a lot of love for Hiduri in the chat for the donation and the gameplay. I do love some Zach. I feel like back in the day we had a ton of Scrim Zone Zach players. We haven't seen quite as much of it recently, so it's good to see it come back.
Yeah, Zach's a champion I've always thought is really strong in 5-on-5s if piloted well.
Ooh, Corn's hook shot interrupted. The spear not able to connect, but I think Nevada is going to be able to pick up this kill for them. And nope, Faye picking it up instead, but now Hidiri's on the back of this, able to get this slam down, and has the ultimate, looking for the kill onto Nidalee, and it is going to go to Fujer instead, but there goes the ultimate. Shark comes out, and that should be a kill onto the Scion for pretty much nothing in return. They were able to get the Camille, but I just don't think it's worth it. Twitch able to find the stun up, and that's another death for Apari.
I think, unfortunately, they were able to get the Camille, but as you said, that first spear missed, which it's made it take too long. It made the time it take to get the kill enough time for Zach and Fizz to collapse, where maybe you could have just one-shot her a little quicker. But, I mean, credit to Faye, though. That was a really nice cancel on the hook shot that set up that kill initially. Faye doing really well in this matchup. I mean, up farm, sets up that kill. Excited to see more from Faye this season, too. Continuing to kind of hone their top lane skills. Oh, barely misses that one.
Yeah, I am terrified of Fujer having 4 kills, and I'm even more terrified of Stav having 4 kills. Both of them on very signature champions, and Stav looking for another kill here. And yep, there we go. There's another one. Welcome to ADC, Apari. You don't get bans against Twitch Stav here, or Stav's Twitch here, and I think you're paying for it. And Nevada should end up dying here. The Hextech ultimatum has trapped the Nidalee, and Hidiri is going to drop into passive, but Gamecase actually able to survive here, and I think Corn's taken down. Really well played from Gamecase. I think this is his debut in a televised game, maybe?
I think so. And nice, you saw Sam actually flashed over the wall there as a good support would, and is able to get that stun so Corn can't chase down or even get the ignite off in the end.
Fujer's ult just came back up. I don't know if they know the timer on it. If he's able to walk up, that could be big, but unfortunately
Fujer's build is interesting to me as well. To go in the burn item on Fizz, that's kind of fun. Haven't seen that.
Scion and Leona, it's just you want some extra damage, but
yeah, it was actually Axiom Mark on the Twitch. I mean, going for that ultimate reduction, having a little fun here, if I'm guessing.
Yeah, I mean, you're up 5-0. I think you just build items that let you kill people.
Oh,
the reflection came out.
The reflection, well played by Gamecase.
And Stav just lighting Apari up here. Does not have enough damage to get the kill, but Hidiri's here. The Proto Bell comes out, gets the snag onto Apari, and Apari just getting owned here. Actually, no, able to dodge away from the Brawl ultimate. Zach fucking flashes on him. We're just bullying the hell out of this guy. Hidiri getting Leona ulted, and it's just going to walk away. Sam barely avoiding the death, and Hidiri getting the edge off just in time, and I don't think Faye's going to find anything here. MetaMaster's just outplaying.
Yeah, I like the
Nevada's
attempt.
Stuck here though, and almost stunned.
No.
Not enough. I mean, again, I think Stav's just going to get the stun with the Braum and just walk this out. Jacob Braum, really good as always. That's a spear that hits for the Nidalee, but I think it's just too little too late. Stav's just chilling. Rat dropping the Deempug Stav movement. I agree. Fujer now looking to hunt down the Nidalee, has the flash available, but instead is just going to take out this control ward. I don't know. This is like classic Meta Busters. This, I mean, we didn't get to see it as much last season, but this core roster that we've seen stick around for so long. I don't think there's any other team that we've seen be around for as long as this. They've had so much success. They hit 3 consecutive finals. This team is one of the greatest to ever exist in Scrim Zone, and they're living up to it in this game. Looking really, really good.
Yeah, I'm excited to see more Meta Busters this season, no doubt. Really good team. And nice to see Hidiri coming back in and just having a good game so far, too. I don't think it'd be crazy. I think most people would say that, MetaBusters last season all played really well, but if you looked at like a single strength point, I think most people would say Snow kind of looked like their strongest point, and to see Hidiri come in and just automatically, fill that gap in the jungle and also be doing really well just gives me a lot of confidence in this team. But a massive
Faye,
solo kill by Faye.
Yeah, speaking of making a return, I mean, Faye didn't go away for seasons, but off season, and now Faye's coming back and getting solo kills. I think there was
really
definitely some discussion
stuff
about Faye being not necessarily one of the strongest points of SKT, and I think there's definitely some surprise that, I mean, Game Case just walking all over Fujer here, I guess. 5-2, insane debut, but
I'm really liking what I'm seeing out of the solo lanes here from SKT. I mean, the game is what it is. You're only down about 1k gold. It is hard to deal with the Twitch right now. Oh, good lord!
Is this what you meant about it being hard to deal with Twitch?
Hey, can we just delete bot lane off the screen? I want to talk positively about the rest of the map.
I mean,
I'm really impressed
too,
with what top and mid have done for SKT. And I think if you're trying to look holistically at the season, I mean,
Hidiri going for an engage here is able to dodge out the Mel stun and go in. Mel not able to find the tower, and I think Fujer's going to get in range in time. Has the flash.
That's going to be a kill. That's going to be a kill. Not able to get away that time. Another really good gank by Hidiri there. Using that proto belt to gap close super effectively over and over again here.
Yeah, but anyway, I was going to say, I think people were a little excessively negative on Faye last season, and I think the gameplay here is absolutely shutting up all of those people because they were
Corn,
wrong.
no less. I mean, Corn's such a good top laner consistently. Playing really well.
Yeah, I mean, I think some beyond the scenes stuff that not everyone knows is Honan actually transferred ownership of the team over to Apari in the off season due to some change in deployment, I think. But both of them clearly had enough confidence in Faye to keep him around and keep running him as the top. I'm excited to see what the final version of this roster looks like because I think Tuxedo's been signed and trying to be run, but I don't know how good the availability is there. I think there's a couple teams where I'm still kind of questioning, like, this player is signed. I don't think they're very available. So that'll be kind of interesting to see how it unfolds, but definitely seeing some huge strong points on SKT for some of their more available starting players, which should be pretty fun.
Yeah, speaking of people that questioning their availability, but going to be fun to see. I'm excited to see how much Tusini we get to see this season. Apparently coming back. Big surprise coming back, so it's going to be fun to see them play as well.
Yeah, probably getting lit up here by Fujer instead. I think Fujer might be able to kill both in this 1v2. Drops the Ignite down, and that's wraps.
Yeah,
I think Snow has returned to MetaBusters, so just in case your wording was confusing to anyone, he's not playing here, so it's not like Hidiri completely replaced him, but I mean, having two strong jungle options I think is very valuable, especially when you do have like Tusini as a player that might get some games, might not get some games. Allows you to kind of flex things around a little bit. And Faye, I think, going to find another solo kill here.
Good lord! Okay, Faye, looking so confident right now.
Game Case, another solo kill too.
I'm loving what I'm seeing out of the solo lanes for SKT here. Even given the tough game state overall, continuing to make some good plays. I'm a little disappointed that Hidiri is now building tank, but I do understand.
I think this might be another kill onto Apari.
Guys, can we stop bullying Apari?
Oh wait, no, he might live. He lives. Don't worry.
Does he?
No, he doesn't.
He doesn't, you liar. Oh, good lord.
I really thought he would. Twitch isn't building AP.
Alright, I got a mission. Let's get Apari 1 KP here before we get another death. Let's make that the goal here for SKT.
I mean, you could just say 1 KP period at this point. Like,
yeah.
It's a little rough.
We are nearing the 10 death power spike, though. Anyone that's played Lee long enough knows the power of that spike, so we are getting near that.
Yeah, Pari is not locked in Yasuo, so it's going to be not as strong as it could be. The ult coming down for Stav there, and Stav flashes away and then walks forward. If he's able to stealth, I think this is going to be really easy for him to get out of here, but no, he does not. And there we go. There's the KP for Apari before he ends up dying. Hidiri looking to fight this, and this is a very questionable fight for MetaBusters. They have confidence that their solo laners are going to get there in time, and it looks like it is going to turn out that way. Jacob managing to live for a very long time, and Apari and Nevada both falling down. Jacob now trying to run away, but is actually staying around to help participate in this fight, which I think might have been a mistake. Faye looking to pick up the kill here. It's not able to find it, though. Oh, no, JK.
Oh!
Didn't pick it up. Hidiri trying his best to save his teammate, and Fujer just getting whacked to death by Sion here. Nell flashing forward, looking for the kill, and the ultimate is going to be enough to secure it. GameCase playing so freaking well this game. He's 7-3, although is just going to get destroyed here. But, I mean, what can you really do? Almost found a kill on the Corn, though, and, I mean, if you get that, that's like the GOAT status.
I think that was a long fight. The initial pick on the stop was freaking excellent. Like the drifting by Faye there, he forces the flash, but then still positions in a way to where Stav is just caught. But then I think they overplayed the fight a little bit because Fujer was able to get there and GameCase did not have TP. You ended up in an inoperable or unfavorable fight. Braum gonna allow Stav to get away, even though it was a nice spear into Deadly Flourish. But I mean, down 10 kills, excuse me, but still only a 2K gold lead.
Yeah, I'm like really unsure how the gold lead is that close. Stav almost actually just gets lit up. Nevada able to find a spear there to get the kill, and hey, maybe SKT's coming back here. Jacob getting taken down too. That's a 2 for 0. But now Corn, Fujer, and Hidiri are forcing the issue. They're just waiting out the Sion.
Another good knockup.
Just gets caught by it.
I mean, Faye took the blast cone in and I think just really surprised Stav with how deep the Sion got really quickly and was able to find a knockup even though Twitch was invisible.
Yeah, I mean, Sam's up gold on Jacob and not an insignificant amount. Sion's up like 2,500 and Mel's up 1,000. So I think that kind of explains the gold diff here. But I mean, the 3 dragons that MetaBusters have are not something that you can just ignore. And they have all 3 grubs, so really good objective control for them over the course of the game. But they're actually down in turrets, so I don't really know what to say. I mean, it's fairly hard to take turrets when your only like reliable character that can deal damage to towers is behind. I mean, Fizz can, but it's Fujer, and he's not playing to take turrets this game. Let's be honest, he's going for kills. But yeah, I don't know. Lichbane Fizz is going to annihilate towers as we go. So
Faye has built Faye's built the longsword, so I assume is going to go for the Titanic Hydra third. And with how much work Faye's already doing, if you get to that item completion while the game's still pretty close, I could see that damage bonus being really, really impactful.
Yeah, but Corn might be at the point where he's just outscaled. The Sion does not get the stun there, but these Q2s are going to absolutely chunk. It looks like Faye's playing this fight just a little better, though. There comes the Sion ult, and Corn just misses the wall, and it is just going to get solo killed, I think. Yeah. Nevada with a glorious attempt to steal it, but Faye, once again, solo bolo on the Sion.
Yeah, I think you're right. At some point, the Camille should, in theory, start beating the Sion, but it's not yet.
And here goes MetaBusters, Objective Kings. Once again, they're looking to even out these turrets. They get a lot of damage down onto the mid-tier 2 after taking the mid-tier 1 already. And Sion's actually looking on the top tier 2. Camille's going to respawn soon. I think... Oh, we don't even get to see the cooldown of the fake teleport. Oh, that's a little annoying.
Did they get rid of Demolish?
No, I think Demolish is like a 3-hit passive on towers now.
Okay.
Like, I don't think the tick down thing exists anymore, but I think it's still procs.
Okay. What item does Twitch have that's sitting next to the Aximia mark?
That's the ult 3 crit one.
Whoa, I've not seen that yet.
It's so after you cast your ultimate, your next 3 autos within 8 seconds are guaranteed to crit, and if they already were gonna crit, you get like bonus true damage or something.
Oh, cool. That seems like such a good item for Twitch.
Yes. My team was comparing it to Sword of the Divine earlier. Not that I know what that item does, but I guess if you do, then it's similar. But very good Rengar item, apparently.
I would imagine so.
I built it on Jhin. It was terrible. So.
Yeah, I would imagine so.
I just had a game where I built all the new items at once and tried to have fun with it. You know how it is.
I do understand. I'll try it on
Future
Syndra
and
and let you know.
Scion are having some fun here. I don't think he's going to be able to kill the Scion even with his bird item. And Faye's going
Oh,
for the
Faye
engage.
cancels Hidiri's dash there.
Yeah,
but
I don't
still
think it
manages
matters,
to
though.
get onto
Apari just gets
Apari.
lit up here. And Stav is going to get stunned out by the Leona, but I don't... Oh, Future taking the bullet for him and just absolutely eating the spear. Hidiri tried to help out here, and I think the Scion Q just got canceled. Jacob is going to fall down, but now it's Zach in the backline versus 2 people, and I think they are going to find the kill onto Nevada, maybe? It's tough.
I will.
They got the kill onto Stav on the backside of the fight, and Zach gets knocked away while his Q's in motion. I don't think Hidiri's going to find it. Oh, wait, he does. Oh, he jumps away. I thought he was going to go for the kill. But,
I can't believe how
SKT
close
is
the
gold
fight was.
lead.
They keep fighting without game case too, and the fights are still so close. The Faye is so strong. I think as fun as Stav's build is, it's not good for killing Scion at all.
Well, the IE is coming down soon. Oh, and Hidiri finds a knockup on the game case, and this could be huge. Korn is not able to hit again, but cast a Hextech Ultimatum, and I think that should be a kill on the game case finally. And now the question is, can they kill Faye? I mean, Fizz is
Probably
here, maybe. But Hidiri's looking to maybe contest the dragon, but this is such a split call. Everyone's going to different places, and I think Korn's just going to die.
They're just
He
letting
flashes
Faye
away.
1v1 him.
Stav's here. And now Hidiri's dashing in, they get the knockup, and maybe Stav can deal a little damage.
It's ult, but no mana. No mana for ult.
Oh.
They finally are gonna pick Faye up. Oh my goodness! But Faye bought so much
and
time
Future
to get
just
the
kills
dragon.
Apari. Goodbye, Jin.
Oh come on, Fuchsia. That's just mean. All right, Fuchsia hopping around quite a bit now. Apari is getting super close to that Infinity Edge power spike. Once that comes through, should be a lot more damage.
Jesus
This
Christ.
should be. I'm sorry, I can't say that with a straight face. All right, this should be Baron though, coming through quickly.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Twitch's IE.
No, I'm talking about Jed's IE.
I was like,
it's coming through
I thought
soon.
we were
though.
talking about killing Scion faster. I was like, yeah, I think that might actually happen.
Well, we need that too.
Future's just getting absolutely
wow!
toasted here.
There you go.
Future with the most deaths on his team, also the most kills. But
This game is a banger. I mean, I still think Hidiri with 1 death here is so impressive of a performance to me. 17 KP, 1 death, playing really well.
I feel like Hidiri showed up to play this game seriously, and everyone else is just kind of fucking around. I mean, except Court. I feel like
I kind of agree. I
try.
kind of agree. I think Hidiri and Faye are tryharding their ass off, no doubt.
I mean, I think Jacob's getting slandered by proxy here. I mean, his ADC is the one building the insane items, not him, but I don't know.
Yeah, that's true. Really fun game so far. Dashing in here.
Oh my god.
Oh
he
my
almost
god.
got the
Oh
kill.
god, barely got out of range.
I mean, I don't think he dies. There's no one else, like, within sight. Cord missing the hook shot again. I think maybe there is still a bit of a learning curve on this Camille champion.
Yeah, the hook shots are a little tough. I think Faye put down a lot of pressure, is kind of
Wait,
forcing.
Sam could get caught here, but no. Hidiri mispredicts it. They are going to get a slowdown on him, but now
Here comes
Faye showing
Faye.
up. Gets a double knockup onto Jacob, and Hidiri cancels Hidiri's hop again, and Hidiri burning the ultimate. I think this might be a second death room. He's able to get caught, but no, he just goes over the wall. They cannot lock the Zac down.
Yeah, the
He's on the
Zac
other
is
side of the
super
map, so they're
tanky.
probably just going to stall, but...
Yeah, the Zac is super tanky. As fun as full AP would have been, you see how the damage is still high while also being extremely hard to kill. Someone does have to go answer the Fizz. Looks like they're sending Faye. Dragon up in 2 minutes. Someone's also going to need to answer Camille, though, pretty quickly.
I think Fizz
Not
should
sure.
be able
I
to
don't
get
think
the
you
last
can. Yeah.
cone.
And no one's
he-
answering Camille right now. Keeping 3 in mid here is a little bit questionable.
Yeah, I think... Oh.
Oh.
Oh, no. Hey, Corn got a turret. That's
Yeah,
the
I
point
mean,
of this pick. He's getting collapsed
Camille
on,
has
though. Does
Baron, you
not
gotta
get
send
hit by the
somebody.
spear. The game case might
Does
be able
manage
to find
to-
this. The ghost is about to be up.
No. It is able to hit that hook shot onto the wall, so it is able to get away.
I'm so curious what Fujer's plan is here.
I think it's just to wait for Hidiri.
I mean, maybe they could kill.
I don't know. I mean, you are seeing the power of the burn.
Hey,
it's going to be close. It's going to be close. They do manage to pick up Faye there.
Hidiri's just getting wailed on by dead Scion. Fujer tried to stay out of it, does go in and almost dies to the Scion. Actually played that perfectly.
The snipes are not going to be able to pick anyone up.
How long ago did we say Apari was going to complete this IE?
I said it before the BF sword, so a little bit ago. Oh, and they found him again.
Oh, dear.
I think Apari is really getting the welcome to ADC treatment with this new role swap iteration they're attempting. Has been, one of the better junglers of the server, trying to play a new role here. Rough first game. I do think Rap made a good point though in the chat earlier. For a fact Twitch is I keep saying Twitch. For a fact Stav is picking Twitch. Not exactly the best Jhin matchup, so didn't really set yourself up for success, and then just with the way the early game went, you've kind of been getting picked on.
Well, the other main complaint about SKT was them not doing any sort of draft prep, and that might stay true for this game, so we'll see. Or maybe that's just Apari's most comfortable champion, who knows. Nevada going in for a steal is not able to find it though. Hidiri securing that one, and that is going to be Soul there. Fujer just hopping around wherever. He does not give a fuck. I don't know what that guy is doing.
I do think we are starting to get to the point where
Pari, I don't know, man. Sam getting stunned up here too. Gamecase is here getting a lot of damage down. Almost finds a kill onto Fujer, but the Zonius comes out while his ultimate goes through, I believe. And Case is just going to die. Stop picking up the kill there. Both him and Fujer now at 12 kills. And I think Korn might finally be able to beat the Scion here.
It's close.
Is not trying, though. He's just going to run away. Install it out. Oh, no, going back in. But so is Hidiri onto Sam. They're able to find the tower. Oh, flash force out.
Korn's going to get it.
Korn hits the stun. He gets it. 4 and 5.
It took 29 minutes, but the Camille does now beat the Scion, and that will be the game.
Fujer doing something here. Just gets lasered by the tower. Apari gets a kill. I think this is just going to be a game. I think Stop should just hit Nexus.
Dean, I did hear you say you were donating $5 for every Apari death, right?
No?
Oh, my bad. Never mind.
That's a lot.
Really good game out of MetaBusters. That was a fun one though. Credit to both sides. I do want to shout out. I thought Faye and Gamecase, and with Sam obviously in particular, had really good games. Yeah. I'm excited to see more from SKT. This lineup was fun. I think if you can stabilize bot lane a little bit more, I know Apari. We were having a little fun with it. All in love. I know he has a much better game in him. I actually have a lot of confidence in this SKT lineup. I'm excited to see more from them.
Yeah, and I mean, they have other rosters available to them, too. I think Tuxedo's looking to be their main jungler. I think Nevada's more of a sub-role, so I think if we get to see Tuxedo come out. I honestly was under the impression that Gamecase wasn't going to be playing this tournament, so getting to see Gamecase play and have such a good game, that made me really happy. I really enjoyed getting to see that. And we are coming up on our last game of the day. We get to see Snarkify Rebellion versus One Thief, who are playing for St. Jude and the Immune Deficiency Foundation, respectively. Once again, all proceeds that we get throughout the tournament are going to go to the charities selected by the winner, and we can see the 9 charities selected here. And as teams get eliminated, we will narrow it down to which charity will be donated to. So if for some reason you're super picky and only want to donate to one in particular, you can just kind of wait and watch the tournament and see if the team pitching for that one wins, or you could just participate in the fun like everyone else and just throw the money in there. All of these charities are great causes, and whichever one ends up winning the tournament is the one that deserves to win. Just let fate play your cards. But we are heading into the last game, and this is going to be One Thief, so you get to watch your own team's game.
How fun.
Versus SR, or I mean, I feel like some people would refer to this team as the QCB team, but I mean, we'll have to see. I was kind of hoping that they'd pull each other in the first round, but I did not get the opportunity to rig the random wheel site that I used to generate the matchup, so couldn't make that happen for you guys. But the rosters for these teams, if I have it pulled up, SR is running Kage, Scott Pilgrim, Sandy, Snark, and Lelouch, and One Thief is running Bean, Jonah, Sarverus, Noam, and Dad. So we do get to see Dad making a return. I think that's another kind of big name that some of the newer people in the server won't know, but he got a championship during his time here with my co-caster here. And he's
Dad.
back looking for another one on 1T. With I think Jonah was also on that team, and
He was
Bean on that team or no?
No, it was Arnold, Arnie,
was, though,
Jonah.
right?
Nope. It was
He was
Arnold
still on
top.
Spectres.
Yeah, it was Arnold, Arnie, Jonah, Apari, Brewer, Honan, Dad, and Stanley. I don't think I'm missing anyone. But I'm actually more excited. I mean, obviously, I'm excited to see my teammates play. I was not able to play this night, so excited to see my teammates. And then really excited to see this SR lineup. Oh, we got some fun picks here, too. You know I'm excited to see Echo anytime that comes through, as well as Briar. Super, super fun pick.
Oh, that's exciting.
And the Echo actually kind of mind reading Sarver is going to pick Syndra here and comes through with a really nice counter pick with Ignite too. Excited to see what work Sandy can get done here. Personally, one of my favorite matchups is playing Echo into Syndra. It's kind of the OG counter pick. Used to get picked in pro and stuff. There's a Syndra counter way back in the day.
Here this game though, so shame on your team. But we do get to see the Ignite Ornn come out, so no. I think there's a lot of champions where I say just throw the Ignite. I think Ornn is one of the ones that could benefit from the shield you get from the teleport, and I don't know.
I don't know, man.
He's pretty good with
Ornn
every
does hella
skill.
damage. Yeah, Ornn does hella damage. You already saw a really nice level 1 trade, though, out of the Echo. Forces a pot, although it looked like Ben Sarverus did trade back pretty effectively. Already got both of Echo's pots. Excited to see what Sandy builds here. I think a lot of Echo players are liking the Dusk and Dawn item. I still think Lichbane's good, so curious to see which one he goes for.
Does Milio turn into a snowman when he emotes like that? I saw the noise and I looked down. What the hell just happened with that skin?
I'm really excited to see how Snark and Lelouch are able to do this season. I know that some of these players, you kind of call them QCB, but I know there's at least a few of them, I think Hero included, who's not playing this game. I believe Hero, Scott, Snark, and Lelouch all play on a team in another server, or at least have, so I'm expecting them to come in with a lot of great synergy just right out of the gates. So really excited to see how they do.
Yeah, I mean, Snark was such a pain in the ass to deal with on Albert's Inferno last season, and you know, we were kind of had it set up so you only ever had to deal with Hong Baba or Vidas, and now he gets to start with someone who has a lot of bot synergy with already in existence. So I think this team's going to be really scary, especially with this Sandy pickup coming through. I think this team is going to be very terrifying. One of the ones that's kind of higher on my list to look out for. So I think it's a big challenge for 1T, especially not having you available to play for them. I mean, I think you have a strong roster fielded here, but I definitely think the Brewer effect matters, and you not being there. It's going to be a hard one to win for 1Thief.
Yeah, it is kind of fun here. You see Jonah kind of returning to jungle, which is where Jonah played jungle last season, but they've opted to put Noam in bot lane, which is actually the continuation of Noam last season. Played a lot of AD carry for Metabusters, and did rather well in my opinion, so they chose to kind of keep things similar. I don't think it's leaked to say that
dying, though. Scott showing up, and that is first blood going over to Briar. Got a little too excited for with the early trades into the Ornn as Garen.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah. We'll see. We'll see. I do think the Malphite probably actually ends up being a pretty good pick into the Briar. Like, you go tank here, you get some armor. Could be a little bit difficult for Briar to play into. We'll see how that goes. But anytime you get that first kill on the Briar, it's a champion that can snowball super, super hard.
I do have someone in chat asking if this roster is legal for SR. I believe it is.
I mean, you have a lot of strong players with Sandy, Snark, and Scott, so that's a lot of points. But I think with Kage and Lelouch, it probably evens out.
Yep. Yeah, this roster is definitely legal, as is the hero one. Your question is just, would you rather play into hero or Scott in the jungle? And I think the answer is neither.
I think what they're not allowed to do is put Scott top and have hero and jungle at the same time, right?
Yeah, I would hope not. I also think it's very hard for them to run Hanya in most of their rosters. But that is a player that I'm very excited to see. I don't know if we actually got any Hanya games in this tournament, but a very good player. Ooh, -1.
Yeah, we'll see if Bean can live up to what we saw from Lispy Garen earlier. Definitely saw how strong that champion can be. Once they get some items.
And Sarv absolutely lighting up Sandy here, but Sandy able to dodge away from the rest of the damage and go in. Is not able to pop the 3-hit passive, which I think means Sarv ends up winning the trade, but I think this is the slowest game we've had yet.
Pretty slow,
yeah.
yeah.
Some damage here, but it is 3 people, but Malphite doesn't have R. I wonder if he was close and was hoping to get the XP off the wave, but
Sandy with the
TP back in with the Echo, and he gets a lot of damage now.
Clean.
He's gonna go for the kill, but doesn't get enough, and Sarv gets the solo kill.
Wow.
NT,
Sandy with the really fun Echo play there where you go to base, level up the ultimate, come back. Took Sarv by surprise, but not quite enough damage.
That got a lot of damage on Davidus there, and Noam has to burn the barrier, looking for the kill. The root comes through, but I think the Millie healing is going to be enough to keep him alive in the barrier. And wow, Vidus just outplaying this, dashes away from Dad, just trying to take this out. Dad might be able to find a kill on it, and is gonna. Oh no! The shield comes out for Milio, and I don't think Dad's gonna be able to find it. Flashes forward, isn't gonna be able to pick it up, but it is still a 2-1 for SR's bot lane. But so well played for Dad.
Yeah, I think Dad played that pretty well. I don't think Noam had the same confidence in the play there as Dad did, and kind of hesitated, and it allowed Snark to kind of play that for a long time.
Yeah, we did see Bean actually get traded on super heavily earlier because he was watching that mid lane play. We saw the pigs come out, and as soon as the pigs came out, he gets hard engaged on by Kage, but he's able to redeem himself here with picking up the kill. Did someone just donate again, and I didn't catch
Someone said holy dono, but I didn't notice it either.
Oh, maybe they're just memeing about the Apari death dono.
Maybe.
Oh, holy shit. No, someone just dropped 100. Kage with 100. Jesus Christ.
Kage.
Okay, I'm regretting my matching offer. Holy shit.
Yeah, you didn't put a cap on that either, so keep it coming, people.
Oh, dear. Thank you so much, Kage, though. It means a ton.
We love that. What was the record last Frostbite?
The highest donation last Frostbite? I don't remember, but the total
or what
that
was
we
the
got
total,
was,
I mean?
Total we got was 216, so we just broke that.
We've broken the total on night 1.
Yes.
Let's go.
And
Good job, everybody.
I don't think we broke 300 in the second Frostbite either, so the only one that we have left to pass is the first year of Frostbite, where we got exactly $420.
Hell yeah.
Not intentionally either. I don't know how I didn't hear the sound.
Yeah, I didn't see a notification for that one. I guess we were just watching a play.
Yeah. I'm just yelling too loud, I guess. I don't know.
It might have happened mid lane kill or something. Not sure. I will say credit to Sandy as well, using the best Echo skin. So good to know that Sandy has taste.
I'm partial to Trick or Treat personally, but you
Terrible
probably hate
take. Terrible take, but I respect
the
you.
promos are so fun.
Nah. True damage is amazing, but if you have taste, you like Sandstorm. That's all I can say.
Okay, what's the worst Echo skin? Project?
I think Project feels clunky. Some people would say Academy because I mean it's kind of basic, but I think Project feels clunky. Not really a fan of that one.
I also think that's just like the worst Project skin too. I normally really like them. I don't like it that much. Nah, see what Kage did is he should have waited a little bit so that more people agreed to match the highest donation and then pulled the trigger on it. Now I feel like people are going to be scared away. It's okay. We're at least getting another 100 for me. So we're very close to beating our record no matter what, which is nice. Oh, the Ash Arrow is coming out. It is going to connect onto nobody.
Well, I mean, it hit 2 blue side members. Unfortunately, it didn't trigger.
Yeah, no one didn't realize that he couldn't stun his teammates. This game is pretty much dead even, although SR is starting to stack up grubs, which is going to help him out a little bit. I think the Dragon otherwise had evened the teams out. And I think SR is going to be in a pretty good position to contest this next Dragon. Neither ADC has a kill yet, but the 2-kill Milio is going to help that first item completion on support come out way quicker, which, especially with how impactful Milio is as a champion, especially with the amount of kind of like AoE CC stuns that there are to cleanse, and the healing, I think the healing is a bigger deal too, especially with the burst that can come down and Milio able to mitigate a lot of it. That should be pretty impactful on this next dragon fight. But Dad's looking to stop it, is actually able to find the hook, but it immediately gets canceled by the soccer ball from Lelouch. And now that they've stalled the bases out, I think it is a little harder for SR to back on gold and then have a strong contest on this dragon on spawn. So we might just see the second dragon take a little bit longer to go down. But Sandy going back in, looking for a kill onto Sarverus, is able to grab the shield. I think he needs it in order to not get bursted by Sarverus, and he's able to find the solo kill, evening out the lane. A lot of compliments coming out for Sarverus's play in the Twitch chat, but I mean, Sandy deserves it just as well. Able to find the solo bolo there.
Yeah, I think Sarverus just, we didn't really get to see the full play there, but kind of, I think, positioned a little too aggressively, got punished, and good kill by Sandy. It's what you need in this matchup when you're going to take something like the Ignite, and farming extremely well too on the Echo so far this game.
Well, Kage has his TP now, just completed the quest. Has not gotten too much value out of this Ignite. I think was able to help secure 1 kill onto the Garen. But we'll see if the Ignite's able to help more later. I don't think there's a ton of healing on this team, but obviously this is blind pick, so they don't know. A huge Malphite ult coming out from Jonah, though, and Scott Pilgrims is in big trouble here, too. Gets a double slam into the wall and is trying to get out. Pops the ultimate just to look for the fear. I guess trying to help set up CC for Vitus, but just not able to find it.
Oh, and you see it right there. That time Sandy did a nice job. If you time the Echo E properly, you can blink over the Syndra stun. Did it there, and it can make it so hard for Syndra to actually peel the Echo effectively. But good play by One Thief. Really nice Malphite ultimate. Scott Pilgrims' ultimate didn't quite go off in time to get the fear, and kind of a good counter punch by 1T. Now you have 2 kills onto Noam, who was behind in this bot lane, is now actually in a pretty comfortable position.
Yeah, and Vitus just fishing for kills here. Didn't realize that both of them were still here, but I don't think it matters. Lelouch buffing him up so much.
Yeah.
And now Noam getting cut down too, but that 1 kill is what you want on the ADC. Noam did get 2 kills in that play, so he's a little farther ahead, but the Essence Reaver onto Evolution is such a big spike, and with that additional kill, he's going to be even better in terms of itemization, but Noam's items are nothing to scoff at either. I think these two teams are still pretty tight in this game, but the extra plates going over to Vitus are going to make this a little hard.
Yeah, and I mean, Ornn also just not really taking too much damage from Garen yet. Definitely think Ornn's a smart champion to take in this blind pick format. Really doesn't... Yeah, I feel like even Ornn's worst matchups, you can kind of go even. Fits just about any team comp. Kage playing it well so far. Fun to see Kage playing this role too. played really well on QC last season, primarily in the AD carry position. Saw a little bit of mid lane as well. I don't remember if I've seen any Kage top lane yet, so kind of fun to see them again playing well on another position, kind of just cementing themselves as a really good like flex player to have on your team.
Yeah, and we did see in the finals interview that Kage said that he doesn't want to be known as a misfortune player, and the best way to do that is to role swap to a different role and play other champions. So if he just sticks top all season, we're never going to see another misfortune game again, and then he will have truly shown that. But he was talking about how he wanted to show that he can play a bunch of different roles and a bunch of different champions, and if he's able to get a win with SR this season, I know I'm speaking a little prematurely, but if that's able to happen, I think winning back-to-back championships in different roles would definitely prove that point. And I feel like everyone on that squad had a lot that they wanted to prove, and I think we're going to continue to see a lot of strength coming out from them this season. You know, speaking for the QC member on that roster that ended up on my team too.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see how both how QC looks this season with their new additions, but also how the QC people that have left look. Like, how does Chow look off that roster? How does Kage look off that roster? So it's going to be a lot of fun little stories to track this season.
Yeah, the one thing I'm sad about is that Paul M won't be as available this season and has to move back to being a sub. A bit disappointing there, but Jakar and Rat still staying on QC.
Yep.
And Bean could be in kill threshold here. The ultimate does a lot of damage at rank 2. Sandy able to dodge away from the Ashe arrow and does just pop the ultimate to get out. Burns Sarvis's TP, but that is able to connect onto the Lucian, but Lucian still has dash and is able to keep him alive for a little bit, but Dad trying to find the CC and lock him down. Not going to be enough though, and then Sandy gets pulled directly into Gnome and is able to find the kill. Jonah looking for it here, and the ultimate from Briar is not going to connect, and that's just going to be a kill into Ashe, and no one else is going to die. The 2 dragons for 1T are still significant though, and I think keep him into the fight, but Jonah flashing forward is able to find 1 knockup and a kill, and is looking to convert another one onto Sandy, but has to be careful. That 3-hit proc on Echo would be enough, but Sarvis looking to find a kill, but does not have ultimate available to pick it up, and they're able to trade ADCs, which I think makes this a lot better for 1T. Sarv playing in dangerous territory here if the Echo is able to gap close, but looking solid for 1T. They do trade all of that in exchange for the Rift Herald, but Bean looking for a kill here, does have the ultimate available and is able to get a kill, but is going to fall down to the tower, trading both ways, but you're able to stop the Ornn from getting that wave. I think there's only a couple minions though, so not super valuable.
Pretty close game though. I mean, only a 200 gold lead, 7-7. I know this was my team, but I really didn't know how this game went. So really fun game so far. 7-7, 2 dragon lead to 1T, playing well so far. Should be should be a good mid to late game here.
I think I'm in the same boat as you. My team played in round 2, but I didn't play for them round 2, so I know who wins, but I have no clue how the game goes. So I'll be kind of going in blind to that as well. I think this is the closest game we've seen so far. I think there were other games that took a while, but like the QC game went long, but it didn't feel as close as this one does. And Snark going in, looking to find the one-shot onto Ashe, but the wave is able to keep Noam alive here, but that damage taken is still very much going to matter. The next dragon isn't up for 1:15. I think Snarkify is really going to look to try and contest that dragon, but Jonah's caught out here. He might have to burn the ult to keep himself alive. He's stunned up, and they are going to have 4 members collapsing on him. Briar forced to chase. No one else is, though, and Sandy gets knocked away from Sarveris. Could be looking to continue on this. All 3 of them are getting hit by the CC from the front line, and Sandy looking for the kill into Sarver. Scott made it into the back too, and Echo ult is pulled, but Scott just gets annihilated. Weren't able to find a kill onto Ashe, and Snark looking to find a kill onto Dad, but I don't think it's going to come through. And now Jonah looking for something, does not have the Malphite ult available anymore, and huge stun coming out from Sarver, able to connect onto 3, but Sandy's able to pick up the kill instead. And I think Malphite's going to fall down there too, and that's a double kill for Echo, and that is a 3-for-1 trade in SR's favor, and they might have ripped this game open, and I think that gives them enough tempo to just push these waves in, take a reset, and have better items going towards the dragon.
Yeah, really good skirmishing there on the side of SR, and a really nice W there towards the end of the fight from Echo to find a nice stun. Pretty
It looked
interesting
like
build,
Sarvis
taking
played
that
it super well. He was getting so many stuns, so much damage down, and just did not end up mattering at all, apparently.
Yeah, I mean, I think the SR members did a really good job playing off of low health bars and kind of maximizing their damage.
Yeah, and the Malphite are all coming out early and just not getting that much value, I think, is what really hurt him. I think if you had still been able to hold on to it, and when Sarv hits those 3-man stuns, you just follow it up with additional CC laying around those targets, I think you take a lot of them out, but it just wasn't available anymore.
Yeah.
Oh,
Noam
and there
just
goes an
a little
ultimate.
too
No
far
wave
up
to save
here.
Noam this time.
Oof.
Any move speed for Vitus would help him get that kill, but he just doesn't have it.
What he has, though, is a chunk onto the 80 carry and going to be a free dragon, I assume.
Yeah, he does also have an Ornn item, Essence Reaver, so that's not going to be fun for anyone to deal with either. Vision is available on this dragon, so Jonah could look for the steal with the ultimate. Is going to do it, does not steal the dragon, though. And I think he's going to fall. He does not have a flash available, and he's just going to get taken down. Scott Pilgrim's falling down to about half and is going to get hit by the Ash Arrow. Was able to buffer the E on it, which was kind of crazy.
Curious to see if they're just going to run straight at Baron, though. I mean, you killed the jungler.
I mean, maybe drop the Rift Herald first.
We
'cause
are
still have that, but
Season 16, Baron's back to spawning at 20 minutes. And that's exactly what they're going to do. And if they manage to grab Baron here, I truly think this game that was extremely close just a few minutes ago is going to be blown wide open in SR's favor.
it's a little risky. The Syndra's here, but Sandy just immediately booking it, is able to snap back onto it, but immediately gets shut down. Noam's taken out, though, and so is the Nautilus. They are able to trade 2 kills onto SR, but Snark able to find another one, and maybe they just start this thing back up. They don't have their jungler, but they just killed 4 members of 1T, but instead they're going to take the smart move and just reset and sit on that 3k gold lead they just obtained.
Yeah, looking real good for SR now. Super comfortable position, playing really, really well. Fun to see Vitus on this Lucian pick as well, playing it super well. I feel like last season, Vitus obviously kind of came in as a new player to the server on Albert's Inferno and looked like one of the best AD carries. And a lot of those games were things like the Zeri, like the Yunara, and looked awesome. So really fun to see another pick for them. It's looking really good.
That Ash Arrow almost hit onto the Milio. That's the target you want to hit, so Milio can't cleanse it. Dad able to find the hook onto Snark, though.
Ooh,
and
good hook.
Followed up by the Nautilus ultimate. Sarver is missing, though, and that's allowing Snark to live for so long. He does end up getting shut down, though, and I think Lelouch is going to follow the Syndra ulting him down, and that is a double kill going over to Sarverus.
That's
nice
a
comeback
massive
for
hook
1T
by
here.
Dad. That's a massive hook by Dad. Kind of gets you right back where you want to be. It's going to really prevent them from getting too much done with this Baron. Super good play by him.
They didn't get the Baron yet. They might be able to take the Baron, though.
My bad. I'm so out. It's been a long 4 games. Yeah, I mean, that's just actually such good stuff by the side of Dr. Dad, and now 1T can potentially get Baron here. And
Warnold's
what was
here,
looking like
and so is Briar, though, so it's not a sure thing. Dad's playing the zoning game, but that is a TP coming out from the Garen. I think that should be enough to secure it. Scott appears to be giving up here. And I don't know if the Ornn actually gets out anymore. Sandy's joining the fight. Nautilus ult is coming down onto the Ornn, who is going to get knocked up, but he's made it back to tower. And now there
Watch
is a
Sandy
flank
here
coming
on the
out from
flank.
Sandy, and both the squishies are stuck inside the Echo Ball, and the Ornn ult
it's
is
a
aimed at them. They're able to
stun!
find the kill onto Syndra. Nautilus has fallen down as well, as with Malphite. Sandy is forced to use the Zonias, and I think Scott Pilgrims is going to be able to kill the Ashe. The bleed should be enough. The stun comes through, and I think they are able to trade him off. Bean picking up a kill for his team, but they only have Nash on Garen now, and actually
I'm
Jonah
so
did
disappointed.
not get the Malphite ultimate off in that fight, and neither did Sarverus.
I'm really disappointed in my team there. That was the game looked like it was completely done for you, and then you find such a good pick onto their bot lane. You get the Baron, but then instead of resetting with all your gold, you overchase an Ornn. And that was just an absolutely disgusting flank by Sandy. I mean, he found a double stun onto Ashe and Syndra. I mean, that's just as good of a play as you could have made on Echo right there. So really good counter punch by SR, and what looked like 1T had found control back in this game ends up, again, just still being pretty damn good for SR instead. Got punished for the overchase there. Hate to see it.
Yep. And Dad pinging the hell out of your team. So I don't know. I think he's a little frustrated. He gets that.
Oh, he does that. He does that regardless.
Okay.
No. Gotta question that though. You'll see if you can maybe find another pick like you were before, but yeah, again, just had to just not been a clear voice there to kind of overchase that horn. But it is what it is. You move on. Try to see if you can find another play. Syndra is going to TP to bot lane here. Try to start setting up for this dragon in 10 seconds. Sandy obviously doesn't have teleport. Is going to have to run down. Sandy's going to be a little late here. Can he find a play?
There's no follow-up. The Nautilus was there, but it's just going to get cleansed. And that was a really good arrow, but they just weren't in range to get it. Luckily,
now Sandy's here.
To take too much off, but Kage looking for the ultimate, gonna find it onto the Malphite. Followed up by the Briar ultimate. And I think Jonah's just gonna get taken down here, but they might be able to kill
Sandy on the flank.
Back of it, and yeah, they
Sandy's
ended up
behind him.
Speedfall down, but now Jonah's down 2. Dad gets taken down, and Sandy is at full health, looking to just shred this team. They're just able to find 2 kills, actually make that 3, and Sandy's able to find the other 2, and that is just gonna be an ace for SR, and they're gonna get the dragon and even out the dragon count. And 2 Infernal Dragons on top of the Lucian and Briar and Echo damage with ornaments coming through. This is going to be so rough to play out.
I think you had a really good angle there. Or excuse me, no one found a super nice arrow onto Lelouch. Sandy was caught in top lane with no teleport. You had a 5v4 man advantage, but as you said, they weren't able to follow up, and then at that point, Sandy shows up, and the 5v5 again just goes really in the favor of SR here. Really impressed with their play so far. Kage playing great, the bot lane playing great, Scott doing well, and some really impressive Echo plays. Finding really nice flanks, really nice stuns. And a fun build too. We do see that Dusk and Dawn coming through, 16 stack Mage Eyes, looking super, super good.
I'm not really sure what's about to happen next. There's 2 minutes until any objectives are up, but this game has started to pick up in speed, so there could be a fight before that. Sandy fishing for something. Forces that blast going to be used on the blue side of the jungle, but this might be enough to secure him the blue buff. There's a lot of presence here from the red side. Syndra not in the area and does not have TP, so this is a man advantage fight for SR if they're able to force it. Scott Pilgrim's falling down kind of low. Huge Malphite are able to contact onto 3, but Snark's here just shooting the wolves. It doesn't matter. They're just going to pick up the tower, and Sandy walking down very aggressively is just going to get caught out by the Syndra Red. Has enough time to get the ultimate come through, and Vitis looking for so much damage onto the Garen, not able to find the kill though. I think now they're just going to look to retreat. They found their 1 kill, but they're dealing so much damage as they do it. Sarvis looking for a kill onto Lelouch, almost finds it.
Ooh,
the Malphite
big knockup by Kage! Big knockup! Catches Syndra.
Like a Malphite ultimate. That's how good that was. Holy shit.
Yeah. What item does Malphite have in between the Sunfire and the Thornmail?
That's the support item. Or no, it's the one that... It's like the lifeline item where if your health drops below 30, you gain health and heal it, and then you get size, move speed, and tenacity while you're healing back up.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, that's the one new item that I'm not quite sure what the purpose of it is.
But, big play by Sandy!
Yes, and then Sandy just pops the ultimate to live. And being not able to find the kill, has the ultimate, is not able to find it onto Lelouch, and doesn't use it on Scott Pilgrims either. Or does use it on Scott Pilgrims, but not able to find a kill. And now they're just going to force this game down. Without Garen, I think they're missing so much of their front line. And that... Lucian ult almost just 100-0'd the Nautilus, which is not a sentence I thought I'd be saying this game. And I mean, now they just walk back out and get Nash? Like... This team is so strong. Noam with the $20 tip.
Thank you, Noam,
for that. And I think with my promised matching donation, we've already been guaranteed to beat our all-time highest donation. So
Heck
huge
yeah.
news to whichever charity is going to receive it. It's still open to any of the 9, so big mystery.
Yeah, I guess we'll see our first eliminations tomorrow in day 2. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay.
I think we're only guaranteed 1 elimination, although it could be 2 tomorrow. But we will get to see 2 teams advance to the next round for sure tomorrow also.
Okay, fun.
And just a reminder, so people know how the format works, any team that starts off by going 2-0 automatically makes it to the next round, and any team that gets 2 losses is eliminated. If a team goes 1-1 or 2-1 at the end of the first 3 rounds, they get a chance to play in to the top 4.
Standy looking to try to find some picks here. Is going to go in.
And yes, no, it is 25 for the Rise hack. Guess we'll just have to donate again for $25. Then we'll be back and I'll donate. I mean, that's about as ambitious as what I said. Jonah with a huge ultimate, able to find Sandy and Lelouch, but it's just not enough. Noam just gets absolutely gunned down by Snark, and he's going to be able to find another kill. Actually, Sandy taking credit for that one. That is 2 members dead, 3 left alive, and it looks like Eskar is going to try and close out the game here.
The Lucian ult literally did 90% of Sarver's health bar and then 100% of Noam's health bar.
I mean, he almost did 100% of Nautilus's health. I think it just makes sense. And Sandy falling down low is actually going to get caught out there. Huge kill by Bean, but it's not going to be enough. And this whole team is going to fall, and we are going to conclude day 1 of the stream.
Really well played.
Round 1 of the tournament. 30-minute game.
Really impressive. It was super close for a while. I mean, it was like 7-7. Game was super close. Then SR took a lead. I thought 1T actually found a nice way to get back, got that Baron. But the moment they overchased after that Baron, the game was just over. It never got close again. SR looking super, super impressive that game. Really, really good stuff out of them. Excited to see more from them for sure.
Yep. Let me actually, if you want to keep talking about stuff that we saw this game, I will update the standings to represent what we're going to get to watch tomorrow. I'll put the matches in. I should have done this in prep, but I didn't because I forgot. So,
I mean, my takeaways overall, well, I guess from that game specifically, thought SR looked great. Excited to see more out of 1T. Obviously, that's my team, my boys. I will say I don't think that's... It's no leak to say that's probably not the intended starting position role-wise. Thought the boys gave it a good fight. I'm excited to see more for how they did the next game as well. Overall, though, I thought all 8 teams that we got to see play today had really good things, as well as some things to improve on. Didn't get to see Rift Sharks, which that's a roster I'm personally really excited to see as well. Obviously, my team from last season. I think the players they've kept are super exciting. I think the players that they've added are super exciting as well. So didn't get to see them in round 1 with 9 teams. Obviously, someone was going to have to get a bye. We'll get to see them in day 2 tomorrow. Very excited for that. Excited to see who they get to play for that. And yeah, overall, just a fun day, fun games. Thank you for everybody for watching. We had a lot of chat interaction, a lot of donations. As Dean said, we've already confirmed that we're gonna top last year's, or not last year's, gonna top the all-time new total once Dean makes his donation. So, just great stuff.
Yeah. Okay. Give me 1 sec. I'm trying to wrap this up. I did not make this easy for myself to do at all, so I have no one to blame but myself for this. But okay, NYMB, sure, I'll actually just leave it at this because I have all the matchups in the right place. Now I just got to move some logos around, but let me see if I can just read off what the matchups are going to... Would you rather me read off the matchups before I show them, or should I just drop the whole picture in a sec once I get it all set up?
I read them. I like a little one at a time. I get to digest each one.
Okay. Oh, I gotta find. Okay, so SKT is the team that randomly drew the bye. One of the what the hell is pasted layer? I think I was trying to get this done real quick before I went to lunch, so this is not actually set up very nicely for me at all. But anyway, SKT was drawn from one of the four 0-1 teams because one of them was guaranteed to sit out. Based on the results of the next round, I think it depends on if Rift Sharks wins their game or not. We might see a team sit out in the third round. We might not. Kind of up to...
Well, does Rift Sharks play an 0-1 or a 1-0 since they're sitting at 0-0?
Rift Sharks play a 0-1 team just because we're trying to qualify the teams that get to make it as soon as possible. Yeah, okay, so I completely lost the logo for the Rift Sharks charity. So give me 1 second to add that back to my image, and then I'll be good to go. I have it already except for that. Want to make sure that all the charities are represented properly here. Kind of defeats the point if they're not. Okay, here we go. And then to new layer. Okay. And then I will export this to game 4B. Export. And then here, let me save this. Okay. So the matchups are going to be Albert's Inferno versus Metabusters, winner qualifies. Project Tuesdays versus Snarkify Rebellion, winner qualifies. Rift Sharks versus New York Nutbusters. If NYMB loses, they're out. Qualmless Chillers versus One Thief, loser is eliminated. And then SKT gets to chill and get a bye. So after this, there are up to 3 more rounds of Swiss, and the matchups all kind of very heavily depend. There are 5 possible scenarios after the next 2 rounds and 2 possible scenarios after this round. So it gets very complicated. Don't try and wrap your head around it. If you really want to figure it out, I have my description of it pinned, or not pinned in season discussion, but sent in season discussion. 9-team Swiss is evil. But yeah, so we will get to see 2 out of the 4 of Albert's Inferno, Metabusters, Project Tuesdays, and Starkify Rebellion lock, which means that 2 of the candidates for semifinals are going to be chosen from the Palestine Children's Relief Fund, KKOOM, Breakthrough Type 1 Diabetes, and St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital. So if those are any of the charities you hope to win, that is good news for you. And unfortunately, we will see up to 2 eliminated out of New York Nutbusters, who is playing for the Trevor Project, Qualmless Chillers playing for ASPCA, and One Thief playing for the Immune Deficiency Foundation. But yeah, I mean, I think all the teams had a really good showing today. I think it was fun to watch. And as you mentioned, Rift Sharks was the only team that we hadn't gotten to see. And I mean, honestly, like even the teams that ended up losing, I think looked really good. So I don't know. Fun stuff. I'm super excited for the season. I think if we get a lot of streamed games that seem anything like this, I'm going to be very excited. I mean, the amount of regular season games we're going to have with 9 teams is going to be nuts. And then we'll get another, I think, 6-team double elim playoffs, which have been super fun to watch the last couple seasons.
Definitely. Thank you for casting, Dean. Thank you for hosting this. I know a lot of work behind the scenes you've put into this.
Yeah, it is exhausting. I don't know. I was so burnt out, and then I get on the stream. We see all the support, everyone pitching in with the donations, everyone excited to watch the games. It's very invigorating, and I just love to see it. So shout out to everyone who's watching. Shout out to everyone who played. I don't know. We had like freaking 43 people in the lobby call. If we get too many more teams, we're going to hit the cap, and we're not going to be able to do it the same way anymore. So, oh well. But thanks everyone for pitching in. You guys are the real MVPs. Thanks everyone for playing. Thanks to the captains for helping to organize this. And again, extra thanks to everyone who donated. This is huge. I'm super excited to get to send a big fat check to the charity that won this. So thanks everyone for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.